LL Sneak. Okay, what we're gonna do is wait and try to get some people in here, and then we'll get Reggie on the phone, and then he will get Cathy Scott on the phone, and then we can ask her questions or whatever. So Reggie's not on yet. He'll be on in a couple of minutes. So I just want to get people in so that when we do get him on the phone, I think we only have Cathy Scott for like an hour. So I want to have everybody ready to hit her with the questions, because I know there's a lot of people that are going to have things about the autopsy photo and about stuff like, you know, her book and all that kind of stuff. So I want to make sure we are ready, so the 1 hour we have, we can use it up. Jerome Bailey, what's up? LL Sneak. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Hope everybody is having a good Sunday. It's cold. It's a little cold today out here in California. It's about 60, which is cold for us. That's probably warm to some people in the east or in the south, but that's cold for us. So let's see, I'd say about 5 or 6 more minutes. We'll get Reggie on the phone, and then we'll get her on the phone. Let me see what Carlos said. Ask her where she got there he goes with the fake autopsy photo. I think it's real. I can't be honest, but I can be honest. I think it's real, but we'll ask her about it. We'll ask her where she got it, why she used it, all that kind of stuff. So we'll get that in there. My Android, yes, the rain definitely did stop. Thank God the sun is out today. So I don't mind the rain, but when it rains 2 or 3 days in a row, we're just not used to that out here. So okay, need to get Castro on here. I don't know if Castro does interviews anymore. I'm not positive about that. Why did Cathy Scott feed to the? Why did Cathy? Oh, feel the need to put the photo out. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna ask her about that. Okay, Golden Child, Toronto. I can imagine it's probably pretty cold in Toronto right about now. But all right. Greetings from snowy Ireland. Man, I can't tell you the last time I saw snow. It was at least, because it was before I moved to California, so it was a good maybe 3 or 4 years ago last time I saw snow. Any more death row teas? Yes, death row teas. In case you missed it, Killadon 84. We're gonna do 2 T-shirts each live stream, and I'll continue to do that until I pretty much dwindle all of them away. That way everybody has a chance to get them. You'll see Carcino Diseño. Now, I don't look at Carcino. I saw his videos years ago where he would say the truth about this person's beef or that person's beef, and it was always stuff that he read online or that he saw in a source magazine. So I kind of stopped looking at his videos probably about a year and a half ago. Truth is eternal. Thank you for that. We may not be as frequent as other channels, but we try to do this best as we can. Try to get people, like with Cathy Scott. She doesn't agree with Greg Cadence. People call it the Greg Cadence theory. I kind of call it the Greg Cadence truth, but she doesn't agree with that. So, you know, I don't agree with some stuff she's done, but the point is to get people on so we can hear it from different perspectives of people, hear why they did what they did or what they think. Carcino is a storyteller. That's pretty accurate. Did Cathy Scott obtain more than one autopsy photo? Outlaw Mortal. We will ask that. Just make sure you guys have these questions ready, because I may need to get you guys to repost them. That way I can ask her about it. Bald. Are you a graphic designer, John? I used to be. I'm not so much a graphic designer anymore. Back in the Death Row stuff, I did a lot of the website stuff and some of the graphic stuff, but nothing that was major. I didn't do any album covers or anything of that nature for the real Death Row. I did some stuff for Wide Awake, but not the real Death Row. Cathy changed her theory 600 times. We're gonna ask her about that. If she changed the theory, we will ask her why she changed her theory and what made her change. No, I did not know Tupac Machiavelli Green. I came to Death Row in very late '97, and that was after obviously after Tupac, but I will say I was a pretty big Tupac groupie, for sure. I think I got everything he was on after, and I was a little bit late. I got turned on to Tupac stuff with the Thug Life album, and then after the Thug Life album, I would get everything that he was on. So like the Spice One album, E40 album, all that stuff that he was on, I would get it. And then anytime he had anything come out, I would get that. Ask Reggie about Two Kings for TV DVD. Deuce Times, what do you want to know about the DVD? What would you like me to ask Reggie? Holden Caulfield, John, did you write that bit in Death Row 15 years thing? If you're talking about the Ultimate box set or the, I forget what they ended up calling it, Rare and something, I don't know, Volume 1 and Volume 2, 20 to Life, I did write those. Oh, where is it? Yeah, okay. All right, we'll give it about 3 more minutes, about 5 after 6 West Coast time, and then we'll get Reggie on the phone, and then we'll get Cathy on the phone, and we'll see. Can you ask if the bounty for the death row chain is real? Machiavelli Green. I can ask it, but I can already tell you he's answered that in previous ones, and it is true. Scapone 187. I will be picking after every live stream from our subscriber list. I will pick 2 people at random. What I do is I enter in the list in a website, and then it randomly chooses two names for me, and I then message people on YouTube and get their address and send it out. And so I will do that for 2 people every single live stream we do until they run out, which will be quite a while. What gang was Poochie from? Off subject, asked Reggie who was running the Row Underground. I do remember the Row Underground. I was there at that time, and we did merchandise, and then they did the thing where they were looking for unsigned artists, and people could send in their demo, and then they would mail everybody back a letter saying they've received the demo, and I think they included a business card in there or something like that. I can't remember. Asked Reggie if Tupac's mom took out the hospital after she... What does that mean? After he died? If Tupac's mom took out the hospital. I don't know what that means. Key Brown, I may need you to redo that. The Row Underground was like a thing that Suge wanted to do when he first came home that we put on the website, where he was looking for submissions from unsigned artists. He was looking for people to send them demo tapes and trying to find talent. Are you still in touch with Risky? I haven't talked to Risky in a while, to be 100% honest. Always cool with Risky. I don't have a problem with Risky at all. I think he's really busy. He's doing a lot of stuff. He did a lot of stuff for the A&E documentary, and so I know he stays busy with his artwork. Suge said he spoke to Tupac at the hospital. Okay, there's Reggie there. He must be tired of me talking. Hold on. Hello? Hey.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Get the questions ready.
Hey, John, how you doing? It's Reggie and Cathy Scott on the phone with you.
I may have to see if I can call you back, Reggie, because it's doing the skipping thing, and I don't want people to complain.
All right, just hang up. Just hang up on me and call me back.
Okay, I'll call you right back.
Right.
Sorry, guys. Last time it did this a little bit on the Sharitha first part, and some people complained in the comments, so I want to make sure that we don't do that. So let me call him back. And if any of the volumes are low, let me know, please.
How about now? Is that better, John?
Yeah, I don't hear any clicking, so it should be good.
All right, cool. All right, well, I have Cathy Scott on the phone with us, and we'll let her go ahead and explain who she is. For most of y'all who doesn't know who Miss Cathy Scott is. Mm-hmm. And like I said, we're not just here for the people that just believe Reggie theory, Greg Higgins theory, R.J. Bond theory. We want to hear everybody's theory. And Cathy Scott, the biggest author. Her book did the best out of any of the books that's out there. And so we want to hear her side of the story and see what she believes about what happened tonight as a Tupac Shakur shooting. So I'll let her explain herself to you and let her talk for a minute. So y'all can hold up on writing your questions so we won't miss them because y'all be having good questions. But we miss them because we be wanting to talk for about 5 minutes. So let us talk for about 5 minutes and then y'all can hit us up with your questions. So Ms. Scott, Cathy, this is the Bomb1st audience, and the hands of Tupac.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here. As you know, I'm a crime writer. I started out as a journalist and ended up in Las Vegas at the Las Vegas Sun, and Tupac Shakur was shot on my watch. It was my beat at the newspaper, and so I've covered it ever since. And the main reason I wrote the book was police weren't solving the crime, and it didn't look like they wanted to. So I turned it into a book, just to shed light on the whole investigation and whatnot, to try to get as much information out there as we could, because the police weren't doing that. So I'm proud to be Tupac Shakur's biographer.
Okay. All right. Obviously, there's a bit of controversy with the first book, The Killing of Tupac Shakur. We have a lot of people asking questions about how you obtained the famous autopsy photo.
Okay.
So any information you can give us about that would be appreciated.
Okay. Well, reporters have sources, and when there are people involved in cases, they, at government levels, all kinds of levels, political, whatever, they go to reporters. And, a good example is what's going on in our own government right now with law enforcement and the White House, a lot of leaks. There was talk that Tupac had faked his own death, which of course there's no evidence for that. And a photo was leaked to me of the autopsy, and at the coroner's office in Clark County, and to just the person, I don't typically look at motives from people, but basically, hey, everybody's saying he faked it, and here he did it, and I will release the name of the person, I promise, who gave that to me, that as long as that person is no longer walking this earth. I don't give up sources, but it's indisputable. But people, I know there are a lot of people out there who, different people have different opinions, and everybody's entitled.
Okay. What would you say?
But it wasn't like, and by the way, I was offered $100,000 for it.
You were offered?
And $100,000 for it in the beginning. I said no.
Okay. And that was
just for the record.
So was that for the original
Cathy,
photo?
some people are saying, Cathy, some people are asking about the nipple on the Tupac, on the picture, that like he didn't have a nipple or something. Can you explain what happened on that? Or
oh, good God. It's, I mean, what do they do? Blow it up 500 times? What's out there on the internet is okay. In my book is a grainy photo. If you open my book and you see it is black and white, we did that on purpose so that it would be too gory to put in a color photo. It's a grainy, it's on paperback paper, which, that's a little, the paper itself is grainy, and so the photo was a very good photo, was reproduced onto the grainy paperback photo, paper. So I've had a concussion, so if I'm like stuttering and stuff, I have a concussion right now from an accident, so my apologies. And so then what you see on the internet is not the color photo I have. They've got the photo, of course, because they copied it from the book. So it is the original photo. But they've taken the original from the black and white and scanned it or taken a picture, whatever they've done of it, and then they've colorized it. Mm-hmm. So the colorization in it and the grainy is not exactly what I have. And some people don't understand when you say, well, you've got the original photo. Yeah, it came straight from my book in black and white. I have never released decolor photo ever. They've colorized it and done whatever they want to do with it. So what they see on there or don't see on there, it may, it is what it is. And I won't say what kind of film it was taken on because that could help narrow down who gave it to me. But there were more than one cameras in the room because firefighters, the fire department, the detectives, a coroner's office, there were something like 4 or 5 people in the room. Common, very common. That's how it's done. They photograph it. Now, of course, it's all digital, but they photograph it and then they take them to their respective departments. So several different departments, and a couple at the police department, a couple at the coroner's office. They have their own file of photos. Everybody who took photos kept them for their own files. They do it at every step of an autopsy to show the stages that it's going through, and that's all I can say about it. There's nothing nefarious about it.
Is that the only picture you have, or you have several other ones?
There were several in the file. From what I understand, the file that was given to me, I didn't get the whole file. I got one. So that's one file. They've got a file with a few photos. However, each person in the room, and they were different. That wasn't the only time autopsy photos were taken. They're taken throughout every step. We're doing this. Now we're doing this. They document their autopsies. If anybody can look it up and see how forensics autopsies are done. And one slipped out and was given to me, and it leaked. And no, I did not have a choice of photos.
Which one you got? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
the other question I have.
I didn't ask for it. The person offered it to me, and I took it.
Okay. The cremation. Do you know which crematory did it, or do you believe he was cremated, or what? I know he was because I got the ashes and had them delivered. But
yeah, of course he was. It's in my book. It's all over the internet. I released it in my book. I don't have it in front of me right now, but anybody can look it up because it's all over news stories and everything else. His mother came to town. She flew out immediately, so she took like a, early morning flight to Las Vegas from Georgia, and midday or whatever. No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking Biggie Small. Sorry. Fanny was already in town, of course. As soon as he was shot, she flew in. And so Fanny's the one who gave permission for the doctors after resuscitating him several times. She said no more. Because he just kept failing, and her thing was just let him go. And then they did the autopsy photo. They did the autopsy at the coroner's office that evening, and then I believe it was the next morning that she was called in to the coroner's office to take his remains, and then she went straight. I believe she had her sister or friend with her, and Fanny Shakur took those to the crematory. To the mortuary, and he was cremated. And as soon as they were done, she waited, in her hotel room or whatever. She took them, and then they flew home, and she had possession, Tupac's mother, of the ashes all along, and it was her choice to cremate him.
Did she?
She's never said. He had a memorial, and his ashes were. I think his ashes were spread in a couple of different places, as you know. But I think it was never. I don't know why cremation would be a big deal for a 25-year-old man.
Well, you got
a mother's choice.
And that the Las Vegas cop and sheriff doesn't help when they always say he's still alive. And
who says he's alive? Who?
Sure, because he always.
Oh no, Shug hasn't always. No, Shug hasn't always said that. That's just a new. It's like that's just a new deal. It's like Trump. He says one thing one day, says another a different day. So So Shug absolutely was, there's a retaliation. Who do you think called the bloodbath immediately after Tupac died? Who do you think called for the Piru, the Piru Bloods to start a drive-by war with the Crips. It was retaliation. It was ordered by Suge.
Yeah,
so why would you do that?
I'm not going to give him that much. I'm not going to give him that much juice to
well, I've got some background.
That's association. Yeah, but I totally agree that the shooting happened because of the result of the shooting of Tupac.
Yeah, so if he's
I believe he's dead. I mean, I know he's dead.
Of course he's dead.
Yeah,
of course. I mean, that'd be like saying Obama's dead and hiding somewhere. That he's so charismatic. Tupac was charismatic. It's ridiculous. And Suge, of course, was saying that he was bummed. I mean, I saw him at the hospital. I was there. He walked right past. You never saw a sadder man in all your life. His backup singers were crying. They're on the curb crying. And Suge just looked like, like his best friend just died. And where they were associates, they were also friends.
Mm-hmm. Did Afeni ever say anything to you about the photo being in your book? The autopsy one?
No, we called her, and the attorney for my publisher. I called as well. We called attorney, I believe at the time it was Feinstein or something like that. He was out in New York. She was a paralegal for him. She was working in that office in New York. We called, and I talked to the attorney. So did my publisher to tell them there was going to be a non-commercial photo because it wasn't commercial that would be in the book. We wanted to give them a heads up. We didn't say what it was, but that it might be disturbing to her. That might be that we just FYI'd her so she wouldn't be surprised. And I was on BET with her, and she didn't say one. And that was probably 6 months to a year after. I can't remember exactly when it was, but we were on a BET panel together, and she didn't say. She was as gracious to me as she could be, and we exchanged pleasantries, and I told her I was sorry for her loss, and she didn't say one word. And I did talk to one of her staff members at one point who told me, I think it's in the book. She's not about his death. She's about his legacy and moving forward, and even finding the killer. Valletta Wallace, Biggie Smalls' mother, and I interviewed her at length. Went to her Teaneck, New Jersey house, and she still is all about. She wants to solve her son's murder. Afeni's like, if it doesn't change anything, I just want to make sure his legacy is still out there, and he lives in his legacy.
Okay. If you had to go
which
back,
is wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. A user asked if you...
Right quick.
Go ahead.
Let me just say something.
Go ahead.
Y'all killing us on the message board, asking me questions. I'll talk to y'all. Kathy's going to be here until 7 p.m. About an hour.
I can barely hear you.
Yeah, I can barely hear you. You got to talk.
I said Kathy's going to be here for about an hour until 7 p.m. So if y'all can just direct the questions towards her right now. The T-shirt's thing we explain at the end. And if y'all can hold any questions from me, y'all know I'll stay on as long as y'all want, and I'll ask any questions. But let's just try to get the questions out from Miss Scott. She been gracious enough to give us an hour. And let's just get her, her input for this first hour. So we can just hit the questions up about her and leave the T-shirt stuff and me alone for now, and I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Okay, here's a question, Cathy,
okay, go ahead, John.
from Golden Child. He said, Cathy, why did you say on the Death Row Chronicles, quote, all bets were off, unquote, when Suge bailed Tupac out of prison and blamed Suge for getting in Tupac's ear when it came to the Coastal War?
I don't really. I mean, I think that as a record producer, and same with Sean Combs with Bad Boy Records for Biggie, and the media and stuff. I mean, these tantalating stories about the hip hop rap war. I mean, it really was a hip hop rap war in the beginning. It started at Quad Studios when Biggie and his backup singers were all there recording, and then somebody said to Tupac, hey, Biggie's the one who shot you at Quad Studios. 2-3 years before Tupac was shot in Vegas, and that started at Quad Studios is when the rap war started. But Suge helped helped it going. The media helped, unwittingly keeping it going. And Tupac and Biggie kind of, dissed each other. Biggie was like so surprised, but they stoked it. And so not that he, should started it, but that whole thug image, the whole, Tupac wasn't a thug. He grew up in the projects and stuff, but he was reading and educating himself and doing writing as much poetry or as many lyrics as he could, and trying to get anywhere to perform when he was younger. And he was all about moving forward and doing something productive with his life. And he wasn't a thug. He didn't carry a gun or anything. And then along comes Suge, and he's all about, rivalry and just sort of the thug thing. And then the, Death Row Records with the electric chair around their necks and stuff. He had that thug image, and Tupac just ran with it. He just grabbed it, but it wasn't his base. It wasn't who he really was. And that's why I blame Suge, is for stoking that fire.
Right.
And they did it because it sold records.
Hey, Cathy, just because we got so many people here, there's other questions, if you can make the answers a little shorter.
Okay.
And then explain, because we're getting hit up right quick about, just tell your theory on Tupac. And we don't like to talk about Biggie, but for some reason, I guess you must have been talking about a Biggie lately a lot. They asking a lot of questions about Biggie. Like, if you can just tell your two beliefs in as short as you can about Biggie murder, who you believe is responsible for that, and who you believe is responsible for Tupac killing in a short version. And then Aaron Powers, what's up, man? He wanted me to let you know, Cathy, that he really liked you and to tell you hello. Somebody named Aaron
thank
Powers.
you so much.
Okay.
Thank you. Much appreciated. Tupac is easy as far as you look at the facts, break down that day, break down that night. He was at the MGM Grand. Orlando Anderson was there. He was waiting for his homies to come out from watching the Mike Tyson fight. Tupac and his crew came upon him, and somebody said, "Hey, it was Trayvon said that's the dude who tried to steal my necklace, 2 months earlier or whatever it was." And they just kicked him and beat him. And so what do Crips do? They retaliate immediately. They knew where he was going. Everybody in town knew he was going to be performing that night. Tupac was. They came across him in the car as they were headed toward the club, and Orlando Anderson, a little homeboy out of Compton, California, shot him and killed him. It's just as simple as it can be. Biggie is similar in that they were car-to-car shootings, but Biggie was making some enemies when he was in Los Angeles for a month, recording and publicizing his new record, and got a little bit too big for his britches. Sean Combs hired Crips members to bodyguard them. He didn't pay all of them. They were pissed off at Biggie for saying "What up, Cali" at the Source Awards, and they just shot him. Very simple. And so it does appear, that's the most valid where the evidence goes as to Biggie. Crips of different sects shot one set, different. They have different, subgroups, different subgroups. One subgroup shot Tupac and killed him. One subgroup shot Biggie and killed him. They had nothing to do with each other. And it's not a theory. It's based upon the facts as I find them, because I don't theorize.
Yeah. Cathy, Supreme want to know, have you ever heard that, I guess Detective Becker, or I think he's talking about Becker.
Of course. Detective Becker.
Yeah, did he debunk the autopsy photo? You ever heard him say anything like that?
Did he what?
Debunk or say something negative about the...
Oh, of course. The Las Vegas... the sheriff was pissed. The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department launched a 30-day investigation into how I got that photo out of their files.
Okay.
If that doesn't make her real, I don't know what it was written about in the newspapers, that they were investigating me, and then they wanted me to participate in their investigation.
Gotcha.
And I called the newsroom, and I said, I don't help you solve or figure out things. I'm just a reporter. But yeah, they launched a 30-day investigation. They did not discover who the leak to me of the photo was.
Gotcha. Okay. Darren Stewart.
It's pretty funny at the time, actually.
Yeah, you don't ask good questions, Darren. You always answer your questions with a statement. But I don't just answer Kenneth McLean's and Supreme questions, sir. That's not true.
And again, I don't go on theories. I go on facts.
On facts. Gotcha. Yeah.
What facts lead you to believe that Crips were responsible for Biggie's murder, if you don't mind me asking?
Because of the detectives, the gang cops on the street, Bobby Ladd and Tim Brennan, they were gang cops, and they've been doing it for years. They had intelligence on the street. Number one, they had Orlando Anderson bragging all over Compton the next day because he went home that night, driving bragging, hey, I shot
right.
Tupac, I shot Tupac.
Right, for the
and
Tupac
Biggie,
one,
though,
but the Biggie, yeah, go ahead. I'm
right.
sorry.
She about to answer.
Biggie is the street cops and the intelligence they had on the ground, and the LAPD, they were so pissed off at each other, the different cops, and there was corruption investigations, there was a big investigation of corruption going on at the time. Rampart, thank you. And they all hated each other. They all were dissing on each other and narking on each other, and so they just pointed fingers. And I can tell you, they did an exhaustive investigation within the police department, not the gang task investigation afterward that Kading stole all those documents and stuff, and then kind of connected the dots that weren't necessarily there. But he's a friend. We agree to disagree. But they had thoroughly investigated Biggie's murder, and then Valletta Wallace sued against them for wrongful death, and she lost because the evidence wasn't there. I mean, that was in court. That was separate investigators. They still couldn't find him. But the street talk.
Well, when you look at she dropped the case. She didn't lose. She just dropped it.
No, she didn't drop it. It was dismissed. The court dismissed it. The court threw it out. Valletta didn't drop it. The court threw it out. You can look it up. The court threw it out.
I won't argue with you, but I always understood that she dropped the case once they made the settlement for the $1 million, and then they, not the settlement, they gave the $1 million for attorney fees, and then they took the paperwork to her and said, hey, this is what's really happened, and then her attorney and her decided to drop the case, is how I understood it. But I know you
look it up on news reports. So what the disposition of the wrongful lawsuit is. Maybe it's been against somebody else. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's all a court file. You can look up in any national publication, LA Times especially. So.
Jermaine wants to know if you know, when was Tupac cremated? How many days after his death?
The next day.
The next day. Okay.
Yeah. So you said on a Saturday?
She wanted to go home. It was on Saturday, and then she flew out as soon as the body was taken to the mortuary, and when she was notified in her hotel room when the cremation was done, and then she flew him home. Yeah. I don't know exactly when she flew home, but
one of my guys flew him home. One of my guys took him home, so.
Well, okay. Well, somebody close to the family took him home, but she waited too. She was the one who had to identify him and everything, and formally at the coroner's office, formally at the mortuary, they make you do all that. And then she, they got home and she went home too. However they were done.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, a guy by the name of James Green is the one that took him home.
Yeah, so you have lots of inside information too.
Okay, go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
Let's see what else we have here. Darian Stewart says, ask her what Crip set killed Biggie. Her theory has no details in it. I guess they want to know I guess
I gave
more
them.
details.
No?
Just from the word on the streets?
He was no, the word on the street, but what was he doing? What was Biggie doing? Biggie was going to studios. He was hanging out with the Crips at parks, Looters Park and places like that. And they had bodyguards who were Crips. So he got to know those guys. They were recording like crazy. They were supposed to go to London. They canceled. I talked to his mother at length about this because she was in touch with Biggie, almost every day while he was in L.A. And then Biggie was out looking for real estate, and then he got on stage at the Source Awards, and was dropping West Side hand signals and what up, Cali, and he was booed, and he was he didn't like that. By the way, Orlando Anderson and Keefe D, his uncle, attended the party at the Source party at the Peterson Automotive Museum where he was killed. But it was just his activity, and he's pissing them off. And they Sean Combs didn't pay them, the bodyguards who were Crips, and that pissed them off. And I think the straw was when he dropped the West Side signs when he was East Side, and there was a big rap war. And there's no value of life with those guys. They'll shoot somebody and go to a drive-through and get some food. It means nothing to them to take somebody out, and that's what they did.
Okay.
And just to correct you, not to correct you, just for these guys, they hate when people say stuff wrong. It wasn't the Source party; it was the Vibe party.
Oh, sorry, Vibe party.
And then also
after the Source Awards, yeah.
So you saying that you believe that the South Side is responsible for Biggie's homicide as well?
Somebody on the South Side, yep.
Okay.
And that was also, these are top gang cops. They were the gang cops, and everybody knows their names. And they were getting all this intelligence on the ground. And
who are you saying is reporting that the South Side was responsible for Biggie? What gang cops are you talking about?
Well, as far as the murder and stuff, was Bobby Ladd and Tim Brennan. They told you that?
Well,
they were the gang cops on the ground. They've told me a lot of
they're
stuff.
Compton cops. They wasn't LAPD cops.
Well, Compton is... No, I know, but they shared they shared their intelligence with Las Vegas police. They didn't want it. They shared it with the LAPD. LAPD wanted to do their own investigation. So, yeah, separate entities, separate law enforcement agencies do not share information. They keep everything to their chest. They don't trust anybody. And Las Vegas declined to even interview Orlando. And any intelligence they had and then Compton PD, of course, shut down. But any intelligence they had, nobody wanted it. Okay. And there were so many fights going on in LAPD.
And you respect, you respect my opinion. I just totally disagree that Southside thing. Okay. Just so people know that we're bringing up different sides. I just want people to know
I like you anyway.
Just because people, just because we bring in people on, doesn't mean that we necessarily believe their theories and stuff. And as y'all know, I don't believe that the Southside Crips anymore, because up until, like I said, until 2007, 2008, I would have been right on with Cathy saying, "Yep, Southside did it." But now I totally disagree. But I got
it straight from one other person too inside Tupac's camp and what was going on with Suge and everything. And there are people who say Suge is the one who ordered it, but I don't think he ordered Biggie's killing. But he might have been aware of it before it happened, because he's pretty mum when it comes to Biggie, and that he was connected to it possibly, but all retaliation.
Okay.
And this is America. We're entitled to have our.
No, I still respect your work. I just disagree with you on that.
But like that might have changed.
If we would have been having this conversation in 2007, I'll be like, you right on, Cathy. Tell us your opinion about Chuck Phillips, if you can, real short.
About who?
A couple of people asking about Chuck Phillips, the LA Times writer.
Oh, Chuck Phillips?
Yes. Just if you could tell your opinion.
Chuck Phillips, he lost his career over that ridiculous article. And do you know that based on everybody I talked to, including the gang cops, that was a one source article.
Yeah.
And they told him that he showed them the article. Number one, it is forbidden for a reporter to show an article. You can give them segments and tell them basically what it's about. He let them read it, and they told Chuck Phillips the night before it was going to come out. It came out on Sunday. That was supposed to be his book. There was Takeoff. He had a book deal in the Waking. It killed it. They said, you are dead wrong. The source you have is a little low grade homie in Compton who doesn't know what he's talking about, and he's laughing all the way to the bank. And you say it here and it comes out there. And he had a one source article. His editor, they both were fired, and he lost his job over that article.
Yeah. Let me answer that.
I just don't look at it. He couldn't get another job in journalism. That, and couldn't get his blog going either. It ruined his career, and that takes a lot to do that.
Yeah, I got to respond to something that someone put out. Jerome Bailey said, Reggie, you said until 2007 you bet that he was killed by Poochie, and then now you said after that something. Anyway, what you trying to say, Jerome Bailey?
No, Poochie. Yeah, I believe
No,
Poochie.
he's talking to me. He's directing this at me.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay. So yes, prior to 2007, 2008, I did say that I felt that the Southside Compton Crips was responsible for Biggie's death as well as Tupac. But it wasn't until an investigation that happened after 2000 to 2008 that I changed my opinion. No money was ever asked of me, Mr. Bailey, but that's what I learned after 2007, 2008, that a person was coming around prior to that. Poochie was coming around asking for money from. So just to clear up that before y'all get to y'all conspiracies out there on that.
And yes, as people learn more things, and we're entitled to change. Yeah, because you go, oh shoot, I didn't know that before, and now I know it then, and so it changes your mind. Yeah, absolutely. And that's unless something's changed. You're watching DC tonight. We're entitled to our own opinions.
And Mr. Achievers, Cathy is not saying Poochie. That's Reggie Wright is saying Poochie. Cathy still believes that it's someone within the Southside Compton Crips is responsible for Biggie.
Yeah, but I do believe there's a Poochie connection, but I also believe that the Crips had some involvement as well.
Okay.
One last question about the photo, Cathy. People are asking if you own the copyrights on that, because they said in the past you've had it removed from certain other people's content, and that it was removed on copyright grounds. Is that accurate?
I have copyrighted it. Yes, it is my photo.
Okay.
It's given to me.
Okay. You don't agree with Greg Caden's theory in regards to the Biggie murder. What do you think of the R.J. Bonds theory, if you have any knowledge of what his theory is?
I don't follow. I think every time he puts out one movie, then another, and each time they're all different, and he's trying to come up with a new theory and something that will sell movies. That's my take on it. No basis. The Cadillac was just a joke. Ends up in Baker, California. It went straight to Compton to a radio shop to be repaired, because it was an auto and radio shop. Went straight to Compton to be, because it had a bullet hole or two in it. It never went. May have driven past Baker, California, but it never stopped there. And so there's just kind of a lot of hooey in there, and I know everybody else may have a different opinion, but it just seems to meanders. My book hasn't changed. I'll update when Frank Alexander died. I, of course, added a new chapter, and a few new things I've learned I include in there. And, but no, I don't pay attention, so I have no idea what his latest thing is, and I don't really care.
Okay. Outlaw Cody says, ask her what she thought about Keefe D's confession on the BET Chronicles.
Well, he was, the confession, if you want to call it a confession, was like 17 years late. And he was Orlando Anderson's uncle. and Orlando Anderson, of course, killed him. And it was just plain street justice. You kicked me and beat me up at the MGM. We came and got you and retaliated against you. That is how they work. They're not the mob. They don't orchestrate anything. They immediately took retaliation against Tupac, and that is all there is to it. So all this big, elaborate, and money involved, and all this stuff, and Keefe D and his silly little so-called confession. By the way, Keefe D was giving that confession. Have you listened to the confession?
Mm-hmm.
Have you listened? And you've read it?
Yes.
Yeah, there's something called leading the witness. Mm-hmm. Look at it again. Leading the witness. And follow it again and see how many times he was led to say certain things in that. But it doesn't matter. It still was just, he was in trouble. Keefe D was in trouble. Mm-hmm. He was trying to get what they call a queen for the day. He was trying to get a deal so he could plead out. And what they gave him, they had nothing to go on, and there was no arrest that was made. The only way you can get a deal to, take a lesser deal on something is if you've got information that the police can go out and arrest somebody. Mm-hmm. There was nothing. They just, VA and all the LAPD just went, what? And they, nobody, it was like a joke. So.
Well, we agree on one thing. We agree on this, on the Tupac shooting and stuff like that. But coming from the law enforcement perspective, and I'll make it real quick, a confession alone is not enough to convict someone. You have to have that plus some more evidence. So that's the main reason why they couldn't go and arrest Terrence, the other person that was still alive at the time, based on that, because I can go and say, me and Cathy did it, and then they go arrest Cathy. They have no evidence. No other evidence. You have to give them hard evidence. Else. Yeah, you got to give them hard evidence. That's the main reason that people don't understand why no one else was arrested on that incident, is mainly because they would have to have him say that, and he say, and the gun is at such and such location in Terrence Brown's backyard or Terrence Mama house or whatever. Mm-hmm. Now, what he could have said, because I do know that Terrence's mother is the one that rented the Cadillac, and if you know anything about that, you can speak on that, Cathy, on the car rental. If they could have proved that and went and found the car rental, and that was where it was rented at, and maybe found the car and found where some bullet holes was patched up or whatever, then they would have had enough to arrest it. Why they never did that is a question that people should be
the gun was found at Orlando Anderson's house.
Well, but that was, bullets matching the same casings was found, but not the gun.
The gun was found.
No.
I got that straight from the police.
Well, that's incorrect. We had Brendan, and if you go online, you'll see Brendan retracted that. We did an interview with Brendan a couple of weeks ago, and he retracted that.
He retracted that? They had they found a Glock in his house.
Okay. Go listen to, if you get a chance to listen to Bomb1st
bad information.
With Lieutenant Brennan. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Let's listen to it, and you'll see his, that he retracted that.
And then, what wasn't it, a fiancé or
and also, it was at the girlfriend's,
she rented the car.
Well, that's on the rental car. Yeah, well, it was the mother, actually. It was Terrence.
The mother, mother or girlfriend or something, yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah,
let's go with some other questions. We don't want to get into that too much.
Okay.
But okay. Go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
Well, a lot of them are still about the autopsy photo.
We're not gonna get into that. She didn't answer that.
So I'm trying to sift through.
She answered it. Hey. She answered it. That's her,
Bobby wants to know, is there any truth that Puffy was the intended hit the night of Biggie and not Biggie?
That he was what?
That he was the intended target as opposed to Biggie. That they were trying to get Puffy.
I'm sorry. Oh, Puffy?
Yeah.
Well, if they were pissed off at Puffy, they could have. It's just like with Suge. Suge got shot too. He got shot in he's got shrapnel still in his neck. But they were aiming at the car and who anybody was in it. And I think the same thing was with Biggie. But, Biggie was in a separate car from Puffy. But I think they just, he was in the, wasn't Biggie in the he was in the second car. Puffy had gone first. So who knows? I mean, it's hard. You go out there and there are tons of people, hundreds of people piling out, and who knows? But Biggie was hard to miss. You know, his window was open, his arm was out of the window, and so he was hard to miss. I think whoever it was just wanted to get Bad Boy Records, and if it's shooting their top singer, then there you go. So it really was a hit to Sean too, because you know, that was his best guy at the time.
While you were investigating and doing the journalistic work after the Tupac murder, did you ever hear of anybody in the entourage of cars with Suge returning fire on the white Cadillac?
Oh, you mean with Tupac?
Yes.
And Suge, yes, absolutely. I got that from the police too. There was evidence of bullets on the ground, or shells on the ground, that they had retaliated, and some of the guys admitted to it, that they did fire back.
Okay.
But that's the bullet holes in the Cadillac. But you know, they were told not to carry, because you can't carry concealed weapons without having a permit, and that's normal for everybody who comes into Vegas. They're supposed to know that, and they were reminded of it earlier. But that, you know, that then people pick up on that as a conspiracy. It was just, hey, FYI, guys, don't pack, because it's illegal here, and you don't want to get caught for carrying a concealed weapon. They were just giving them a heads up for the positive thing. But yeah, so they still, a couple of them still carried, and a couple of people did return fire, but the Cadillac was a bat out of hell.
Okay. Yeah, plus we all have stashes in our cars, and so we can't have guns. They all had guns in their cars, especially the homeboys. But anyway, the only ones that was told not to carry guns were the people working inside the club. But people gonna believe or say what they want.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm tired of talking about.
Yeah, because you've got. I know.
You're tired of talking about the autopsy report.
I'll talk about it. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to it, but yeah, I'm happy to discuss it with them.
Okay. What? I know that you and Frank, and you were one of the first ones that was close to Frank, that talked to Frank. I really believe you and him was.
Oh, we were friends.
We were messing around. I believe y'all was more than friends, but anyway.
People say that. No, the homeboy was a lot. He was a little bit younger than me, but no, I really liked him. The thing that was disappointing with him, and I do think he just followed the leader, because I was in that first. Well, I did all the videos. I think 2, and I think I stopped at 3 because it got a little messy, and the facts were changing and stuff was being made up. And then Frank, I talked to him about it. You know, we were on Kevin Mueller's show together. We were on a bunch of TV shows and stuff. We were in the green room together, and then he and I talked a lot. You know, we kept in touch, and because both of our books were plagiarized for another book, and I won't say which one it is, but he was pissed off about it. But we regularly talked. I talked to him not long before he killed himself, and he the thing about it is, he told me all I saw was a brown arm come out of the car with a gun. Mm-hmm. And then there was nothing but smoke. That is all he saw. Then as time went on, he saw more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
And so he kept changing his story, but I kind of felt sorry for him, because he just kind of went along, you know, with whatever, and he didn't see anything, and he wasn't armed. His car was, he was driving, not right then, but he had Kadada's car. You know, he was going to Club 662 in her car. His car was parked at the MGM or the Luxor or wherever it was, and his gun was in that car, in the glove box. So
hey, Cathy, trust me, you're not telling this audience right here anything new.
Okay, yeah, but he keeps changing. He kept changing his story, and it was like someone was trying to get him to do it, and the story didn't make sense, because you know why? Only the truth makes sense.
Yeah.
So if you have questions about anything else, it's probably not true.
Correct. So he didn't tell you anything that when you first talked to him that you really know that is an outright lie that's telling now, that a lot of people, you think maybe, and I know you don't follow this like we've been following it, but that you know that you saw in one of the battles for Compton that is just outright lies. Is there anything he told you?
I was in that with the first movie. What was it? what was it called?
Assassination.
Wake Before I Die.
Oh, yeah, Before I Wake. Sorry.
Yeah, Before I Wake. And we were at the hotel room talking and all that stuff, too, before we were shot.
That's the hotel room. Y'all hear that, guys?
No, honestly, he and I never hooked up. But we were in, and I would fess up if I did. But anyway, so we were in the hotel room with Mr. Bond and Shug and I. Not Shug, Frank and I, and he waited for my interview and I waited for his. And there were certain things that he was told to say.
I heard that.
Told to say, sir. I was there. He and I interviewed in the same room at the same time. He was there for mine, and there were some things. Well, don't you think? Can't you say this? Can't you? I said no. I can't really say that. Really urged me on with sure that he was the guy who did it and all of that. And at that point, because investigations unfold as they go on or go along, and there's more information that came out later. But at that point, I said anything was possible or something like that, because there's still it wasn't completely confirmed on everything that was going on. We learned so much later, didn't we?
Yeah.
And of course, John, you know more, so, but I go on what people tell me, and I try to get a couple of sources, but we both were led in that movie, and I didn't fall for it, but he did on a couple of things, and he was so excited. He wanted both of us to experience it, and Frank wouldn't do it at that point, because he said that's all I saw. I can't say what I didn't see.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Cathy, one thing that one thing that a lot of people are asking questions, and if anyone has it, I know you would. Did you ever get a copy of the Las Vegas PD report? That's one thing that's not out there yet.
The lab report?
No, Las Vegas PD, the homicide report or the police report?
No.
You never nobody.
They would give that. And there's typically you can get in an autopsy. You typically get autopsy report. I'm in San Diego now, and I can put in a Freedom of Information Act letter to them and ask for a copy of the autopsy report. And in the autopsy report are all kinds of the police investigative information. Basically, you're reading a police report. But with the autopsy report the coroner's report that I got from the coroner's office, Clark County coroner's office, it just included the facts. He was shot here. This was what he was shot with. He was, this is what he was doing before. But they didn't have in-depth information. I told you, didn't I, or it's in my book, that the chief, the sergeant, when he got to his phone within a couple of days after Tupac was shot, and he saw 300 messages with tips and whatever else on it, he turned off his recorder.
Yeah.
So he turned it off. So he didn't want to hear much. So they gave very little on the coroner's report.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
In any of your research, were you ever able to figure out if it was true or false that Puffy had anything to do with putting the hit out there on Tupac?
There was no hit on Tupac. So I know that that's a Cathy D thing. There was no hit on Tupac. It was spontaneous. It was, you did this to me, I did that to you. So no, there was no hit on him, so there's nothing to discuss. It's based on Cathy, and his little so-called confession 17 years after the fact. So it's
just to clear this up, you believe Cathy's story, but you don't like the way it came.
No, I don't believe his story. No.
So you don't believe that Orlando is the killer? Wait a minute, you don't believe that Orlando is the killer? Okay.
He said Orlando was. I don't believe this. All the stuff. It's just very simple. Orlando killed him based on. Huh?
The assault in the
assault. It was retaliation. Yeah. So yes, of course, I agree with him. I didn't say I didn't agree with everything he said. I think he just made up shit. Excuse my language. And
you're a dope.
So you feel like he embellished the story to make it more
Oh,
exciting
my
than it
God.
was.
Well,
just
she don't
fed
like
it
the
to
fact
him.
that he put Puffy. I'm going to say cut through the chain. She don't like the fact that that he makes the choir boy Puffy look bad. This is what it is. This is what she's saying.
Okay.
And I don't care if they make Suge look bad.
I
could
didn't say
care
shit.
less.
I said
No,
Puffy. I said Puffy.
Oh, Puffy. Well, Puffy didn't. No, Puffy's a businessman. He went to business school. He wasn't Suge Knight.
Yeah, but power money brings power.
And in all due
anyway.
respect, Kathy, you said that Tupac wasn't a thug until he got around Suge and he didn't carry guns. Yet he had probably over 10 cases of carrying guns, shooting off duty cops, doing things that would make anybody else believe he really was thuggish. So that was just my piece on that.
That's as he grew up. He grew up in the projects, of course. So of course he's exposed to all that. But he wasn't all the stuff that Suge Knight stuffing people's heads and bad. Some of his money backers stuck in their heads, hung. Who's the white rapper? He hung off the balcony. I mean, he did all this stuff. That wasn't Tupac. Mm-hmm. Tupac wasn't violent, but yeah, he got into stuff. Of course, he'd gotten in trouble when he was, younger. So did Biggie. But but no, he wasn't the thug that they were trying to make him out to be. I don't paint him as a saint.
Okay.
Hey, Kathy, I want to ask you this question about because somebody keeps asking us, Vincent or Verona. Mm-hmm. They like to throw jabs at me. So, what you think about Michael Moore got him claim? Have you ever heard about that? When he supposedly heard somebody over my walkie-talkie said, "I got him," like they got him or some crap he supposed to have.
Well, they all started. Michael Moore's the one who died. How long ago did he die? Yeah. I just think stories have come out later. I never tried to confirm or whatever on that, but stories come out later and they don't always lead to, there's a lot of talk out there. People somehow want to say, hey, I know this and I know that and I was there, and so, not you were, but you don't go out there and brag about it. It's just a fact.
And plus, from your history, that RJ&M was making up stuff in their things to make the storyline, just from what they try to do with you. And so if they was doing this in one, by the time they got to the third DVD, they had to even make it even better.
Yeah, exactly. They were trying to make it better, and I always say the truth really is just flies on its own. I mean, it's you couldn't make this stuff up. But then there are people who are trying to make it better just to make a better movie and try to, I've never tried to make my book any better. It is what it is. It's based on the story. It's based on what's happened. And if I don't know something, it's not in there. I did put all the theories and all that stuff in, but yeah, it's not. I just think it's trying to come up with something else to drive the followers to believe everything he says, and they just come out and do another one. It's kind of like Trumpers. I hate to say it, but it's kind of like Trumpers. We'll call them Bonders.
Hey, we call them Bonders. That's a good one. Hey, prior to RJ Bonds in 2012 or 13, this patent theory. Mm-hmm. Have you ever heard their names before? Anything about the Patton brothers or anything prior to the guy from Fox, Chris Black's supposed to be turning over some paperwork or something to?
Oh yeah, no. I think it's just all a bunch of hooey. Yeah. But it's just a bunch of manufactured hooey. I could do it. You want me to write a document and call it a whatever, and come out, Cathy Scott's got new information. I'm not trying to get out there and say anything like that. I'm not trying to, I just put a book out that I think people might be enlightened by, and they can read it or not read it. It's his biography along with the murder case. But no, I don't give that even a thought.
Yeah, Faith Mom, you want to know why we interviewing Miss Scott? Miss Scott, could you tell them the name of your book and tell them how much more have you sold of any books out there of all these different writers that's out there? Would you just explain that to me?
I sold out. It's about a couple of years ago, I had sold 250,000 copies. It was a Los Angeles Times bestseller. I can't even tell you how many TV shows, and I'm doing one. Oh, I've done so many interviews with him, about him, I can't even tell you. And I don't solicit anything. They just come to me, email me, or call me, and will you be on the show? And so I don't get paid for the shows. And I'll, if they send me different places, L.A., sometimes New York, and I'll talk about the case, anything anybody wants to know. I'm not hiding anything. I'm not out to make my book.
You were one of the first investigative journalists on the matter.
I was there at the middle of the night. I was there about 2:30 in the morning, and I was at the news conference where the detectives looked like they were deer in the headlights, because they'd never seen a news conference as big as that, because all the media was in town for the Mike Tyson fight, all the national media, and they sent them to the news conference. We don't have paparazzi in Las Vegas, So and there's a picture of me behind shows as he's walking into the hospital. Yeah, but there is a picture of me at the hospital, so I didn't make it up. I'm not making anything up.
Oh, no. I can verify that you were definitely around. I believe you were one of the first ones that started talking to Frank or anyone that was talking in the death row count, which I'm pretty sure you didn't have that many people talking. You just had snakes like him. But anyway.
And I'm not trying to make my book any bigger, I'm not.
No, it's out there. Like you said, I'm sure you in the works of writing something else. Just right quick, could you explain?
I read 12 books. 12 books.
12 books. I know you about to have to go, because I know you had a previous arrangement. But if you can just talk about your relationship with Rick Ross right quick.
Freeway Rick Ross?
Yeah.
He's my homeboy. I just talked to him this morning. So he's sad about Rick Ross, even though he sued him for his name. But I wrote his biography.
Did he die, or just that he's sick?
No, I think he's in a coma. He's on machines. It's very sad. Rick Ross is. They flew me into. They asked me to write his autobiography, and they flew me in, and I met him for the first time. Took me all around Compton and his stomping grounds, and he lives.
Let me tell you this: his stomping grounds wasn't Compton. He was a South Central LA guy.
Yeah, that's right, South Central. Sorry, but we did go to Compton while I was there, and then he lives in Long Beach, as you know. But he's traveling a lot. He's selling the book. We talk to each other constantly. We're friends. He refers to me as a friend. I've done a few events with him, and he'll call me and tell me how well an event did. I just love the guy to death, and he's just a straight shooter. He just tells it like it is. And his book, Freeway Rick Ross, the Untold Autobiography, is a back view. You get to go behind the scenes and how he did his. It's fascinating. I mean, they had cars full of money. They'd park on the street. They were storing their money in cars. They had a house full of money. It had counters, 3 women who count all the money that, he took in $3 million a day. And then he dodged the police like crazy. It was amazing. They didn't even know what he looked like, because this is pre-internet, and it's just an absolute fascinating story how he built that up, because he couldn't, he was, and he taught himself how to read and write. He was illiterate, and, he couldn't even get a job at Jack in the Box. So somebody introduced him to drugs, and he took off with it. He was an entrepreneur when it came to, and he knows what he did, because of the crack babies and things like that. But they didn't know at the time that that's what would happen. And he does apologize for that. But
what's his opinion on that show that's out there that it seems like it's kind of trying to portray his story a little bit? It's on FX.
Is that the USA one or the movie? The
show is a series. It's like a TV series.
Yeah, no, he's part of it. He's
part of it.
Yeah, it's based on my book.
Okay.
So
and
my movie, my
good.
book is my book of about Freeway Rick is being turned into that series. No, he's a part of it. He's going to be on set every day. He's
Snowfall. Thank you.
Yeah.
Achievers. Yes. Okay. And I'm just rushing them right quick because I know you got to go. The other question is Heidi E. keep asking, and so if you can answer it real quick, what's your favorite? And they asked all this of all the questions. What's your favorite Tupac
song?
Song?
No question, Dear Mama.
Dear Mama. Okay.
I love it. I cry when I hear it. It just, and regardless of what his mom did and how she was when he was growing up and into drugs, he loved her, and it was such a beautiful, just a somber. It's really an anthem, I think, for mothers and sons. I have a son, so it makes me cry when I hear it.
Okay. Do you have any new projects about to come out right now? I don't know if you said it before.
Well, I'm working on a 2 murders out of Torrey Pines where the police say it was different killers, but my evidence shows different, so I'm coming out with that. That's what I'm working on right now. I did the crime book last year that includes gangs and the mob and things like that. That came out from DK Books. I hired 3. I was a consultant and writer on it, and I hired 3 New York Times bestseller writers to help me with it. The crime book, it is, you would love it. You would love it. The graphics and everything are incredible. But I'm proud of Tupac's book. I'm very proud of the Rick Ross book. I love him to death. And
no, we have names out again, just for people that wasn't aware of you. If you can just throw those names out again.
The Freeway Rick Ross and the Killing of Tupac Shakur. Is that what you mean?
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
And also for the record, I have not hooked up with Rick Ross.
Okay.
Just for the record, in case that gets out there. So.
Just Frank. Just kidding.
And Frank, no. It's okay. I don't care what's out there.
Okay.
Well, you know, people would say that question. They said it, but I heard that way back in the day. I think Chuck Phillips the one told me that. So.
Oh yeah, and Chuck and I talked to him once, and he's just a sad creature. It's unfortunate what happened, but yeah, when I heard that, I can't even tell you how long I laughed. So there you go.
Okay, and then John, go ahead, hit her up with a couple questions right quick.
Last
You're gonna make them quick.
What you said was kind of got the group a little animated, so they wanted a little more clarification. Can you ask Cathy this? Do you simply believe that the Crips killed Biggie because some guy from inside Death Row said so? And what other evidence do you have that it was Crips? What leads you to be so sure that it was Crips and not the Greg Cadence theory that it was possibly Suge having something to do with it?
Well, if you look at why did the cops pick up his theory? Why did the cops pick that up? And why he's so adamant about it? He took it straight to the LAPD? He took it straight to the DA, and they said no, it's not. They investigated that does the evidence does not point to Greg Cadence theory. Absolutely not. And what I've heard, and maybe I'm wrong. I'm not 100%. I mean, I'm not God, but everything I've seen and heard has points to the Crips and just a beef between them and Combs and Biggie. But there's no evidence pointing to what Sean Combs killed Tupac and Suge Knight killed Biggie. Now, Suge Knight may have been involved some point at the planning or giving the go-ahead or something, since he was involved, of course, with with gangs. But that's what I've gotten. But I could be wrong. Correct me if I am. No. But don't correct me with Greg Cadence.
No, I mean, your theory is your theory. I just want to make it clear
it's
that
not
you
a theory.
believe that.
Not a theory.
Okay.
Theories don't like when you call them theories.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Well,
so
no,
your belief
is
that the trigger man on the Biggie one was a Crip.
But yeah.
Well, I think so. Everything I've got points me to it, but I'm not. I could be wrong.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's all I wanted clarification on. I appreciate that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
Oh,
She's still until she hang up on us. Let's just keep it.
I have not hung up on you.
I said until. let's keep in there. She said I gotta go, so keep in there.
No, yeah. Well, I've got it. I had it. My dog was mauled by a bigger dog the other day, and so a paramedic is coming over to help me change her dressing.
Well, just soon as you gotta go, because you gave me your obligation, but you did what you told me, so I appreciate that. I really do appreciate you. But I'm gonna keep you on as long as I can. So
okay.
Just once you got to go, just say I got to go.
So give me two more. Give me two more questions, and then I'll be on anytime you want me on. Anytime.
Okay.
Brent Becker. What is his? Evidently, he said you shouldn't have had the autopsy photo, and he seems to be very negative on you. What is the history between you two, if you don't mind asking?
I met Brett just like I met anybody else. as a police reporter. So I got to know all the homicide cops. I've been to more homicide scenes as a reporter than I care to count, and because that was my beat, was police. And so I was at homicide. I've interviewed all those guys, and I ran into Brett at the airport once too. After he got a cushy airport job assignment after he left homicide. But Brett, we were in the lobby waiting together for that Before I Wake or whatever it was, and sat and chatted. And I've run into him at various times. And Vegas really is a small town, and they were very angry that they weren't angry necessarily that I published the photo. They were angry that it leaked out.
That it got out.
And that was their anger. And that was like they were going to punish whoever gave it to me. And I've had names thrown at me and my face doesn't move. I will not give any indication. They have asked who did it, and I will not reveal it until that person's gone. And I will come out with the person. Everybody will go, oh, okay.
Gotcha.
You have to see who had access to the photos, and you just narrow it down. But there's no lost. I mean, he never treated me badly. I was respectful to Becker, and but they can say all they want about me. I don't care. I have real broad shoulders, but basically Becker was pissed off about the photo. Okay. And probably so. And I interviewed him. He gave, I quote him in the book, but, he was just pissed off about the photo, and that's okay. He's got the right.
And if y'all want to know anyone that has any closer relationship other than other cops to Las Vegas PD, I really believe it's Cathy Scott. And
I had good sources. That's for sure. I had them. Yeah, they were. I mean, I got woken up at 2 a.m. in the morning saying you need to go down to the Las Vegas Strip. There is a big rapper by the name of Tupac Shakur, and I said, who? They couldn't even pronounce his name, and I knew who he was from. I was watching MTV a lot back then, but I saw all his videos. But yeah, well, I appreciate the time. I was going to ask you one more question.
Let me just one more question.
Okay.
That wasn't my second question. The last question and final question, and I'm just going to ask you just to clarify again, just so people can understand, because I won't get 100 questions about your opinion on. Just if you can make it short as you can, who you believe killed Tupac, and who you believe, because we kind of went back and forth and did some changing and stuff like that, who you believe killed Biggie Small, and then we're done. Just if you can make it as quick as you can and answer those questions, because they're all over the place. Because first you said the Crips and the Bloods together and all of that, just to clear that up.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, but Biggie, Suge Knight was a Pyru. Everybody knows that. He was a Blood. Orlando Anderson killed Tupac Shakur over being beaten at the MGM, so he retaliated. He and his homies
we're in agreement with you there.
Okay. Then it's possible. I mean, I'm possibly wrong, but I believe that the Crips had something to do, with his murder, and I believe that possibility with Biggie Smalls, and a possibility that Suge Knight went along with it. He wasn't a high level Pyru, but he'd been a Pyru for a long time, and that because he did have something to do with the bloodbath in retaliation against the Crips when soon after Tupac died. But everything I've learned is it was the Crips against Biggie as well. But again, I could be wrong, and is maybe more evidence, not from people who want to make up stuff, but maybe more evidence will come out later.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Because I don't believe the real estate of Muhammad and all that. That's all a bunch of hooey.
And do you think the CIA had anything to do with the death of Biggie? I mean, no, Tupac, not Biggie. Tupac.
No, and people say the FBI had the feds. They both were under. They both were both record producers under surveillance. Yeah. Well, they were under for if you can't get them for a crime, you go after the money, right? Exactly. So they were after him for financial. Same with Biggie. So they were under surveillance. The FBI, they have a code, and if they've seen a murder in process, they have to stop what they're doing and try to help. And it's known that they were surveilling both of them. So who knows? But no, I don't believe they had anything to do with it. And if I did, I wouldn't say it in public.
I'm being funny by saying it. Trust me, to be honest, don't be messing with me. I don't believe no shit like
don't
that.
Don't be messing with the feds. Yeah.
All right,
you want to get on their
you.
bad side. Yeah.
Thank you for your time, and I'm sure we'll be calling you again because to get some things cleared up or whatever. And we really appreciate you doing your time. And anytime you need to talk or promote something, I'll give you John's number, and this is his website, Bomb1st. And we also friends with a blogger by the name of 313 Live Show. And so hopefully anytime you need to do something, if John's not available, I'm sure the 313 Live Show will be more than able to accommodate us.
Thank you very much, Reggie, and thank you, John, for having me. I appreciate it. It was fun.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, Kat.
All right. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.
All right.
Okay.
So,
Oh, he had to drop the call when she dropped the call. He'll call back in a second. Yeah, so that was interesting. So all right, there we go. There's Reggie. Hey, Reggie.
Hey.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was
interesting. See how John cut me off because he got mad at me for taking over his interview.
I didn't cut you off.
Had to clear up all of that stuff.
They come in so quick, and I feel bad if somebody asks the same question like 5 or 6 times. I feel bad.
I was reading while you were talking to him, so that's why I was trying to knock him out and read through him.
Yeah.
But Ronald McDonald, you ain't been here for a while, so I ain't gonna even answer your question because you sound like an idiot. But anyway, I'll answer it right quick just so you can stop asking me because you've asked it about 100 times.
What did he ask?
I'm gonna deal with idiots tonight. I'm going to deal with idiots for a minute, John, if you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
I like we're gonna deal with Ronald McDonald.
This Carcino
you want to know where's the
Glock?
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna say apparently this Carcino guy made a video about you, so we'll have to watch that later.
Oh well, he probably. But if he say he worked around, let's see who he is.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, so I don't know what he's claiming.
If he worked at Death Row, then let's see who he is. But come on, I hate to call him out and be it, but he didn't work there.
Yeah,
but tell him who he was. Everybody knows. It ain't no secret. I was in charge from '95 to 2002. Mm-hmm. So if y'all say I wasn't, hey. But if you was around 92, 93, then say that. But don't be speaking on 95, 96, 97 stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead with Ronald McDonald, whoever you were going to go
All right, Ronald McDonald, you want to know what happened to the Glock. Yes, Reggie did take the Glock from Kevin Hackey. I did take that Glock gun from Kevin Hackey. The FBI, they say tested it. I don't know if they did or not. But it definitely wasn't the gun that was used to kill, who supposed to got killed by a Glock, Biggie or Tupac?
I think both.
Both?
Yeah,
okay.
I think both.
Well, anyway, a Glock 40? Well, anyway, I never been questioned about it behind any police, but I did take it. I took it over to the Bahamas with us. I didn't want to fly back because I was planning on coming back to the Bahamas from the States, and I didn't want to keep carrying the gun back and forth because I wasn't supposed to be doing that. And I took the gun with me, and I left it there. By then, Suge got remanded into custody. So I never had a reason to go back to the Bahamas. One of the guys that was left behind threw it in the ocean, is what he told me. And I don't believe he would have tried to come back on the plane, on an international plane with a gun, but who knows? That's what happened to the gun. So, okay. I had access to all type of guns back then. I had guys that worked with me to have guns. Getting a gun was no problem for Reggie Wright back then. All right? So, all right.
Okay. Who else?
Let's see. There's some other crazy going on. Let me answer all the new crazy people so they can stop loading up our board with stupid shit. Man, now y'all gone. I can't see y'all. I guess they all up top. You see any crazy?
This isn't crazy,
Reggie
but
Wright.
Darian says,
Wright.
Reggie, can you confirm your statements where you admitted that Suge had bought Poochie a green Impala?
Oh, well, that ain't no crazy statement. He did.
No, that's not crazy.
He bought him one and Poochie one at the same time at George Chevrolet and Shit. In Lakewood, it's either Lakewood or Bellflower, but it was on Lakewood Boulevard, Lakewood and Artesia. He barked both of them one. Pissed off a couple of the homies. That's like I said, Poochie was never around. Poochie was one that Suge just called. Whenever we saw Poochie, it was just usually me and Suge, or Suge by himself or whatever. He did not hang out with the homies. And I always thought Poochie was Ludus Park. But Mob James, who, damn near, we don't call leaders out here because you get killed being the leader. It brings a target on your head. But if I would call anybody the leader of the mob, Paru, I would say it's Mob James. Mob James on an interview with us said that Poochie claimed the mob. So that's what it is. Poochie is a mob Paru. I didn't grow up with Poochie. Poochie was one of the ones that I didn't play basketball with at Ludus Park. I didn't play baseball at Kelly Park with. I didn't go to Foster Elementary School with it. Or I didn't go to Whaley, but I knew everybody that went to Whaley. Suge and I went to a school in Linwood called Hostler Junior High School. But anyway, I didn't know Poochie. I didn't know Poochie until I arrested Poochie prior to even, I think I was working for Death Row, but like I said, he wasn't around, so I didn't really know him. It was at the beginning, like 94. I arrested Poochie, didn't know who he was even then. I think he might even give me a fake name, because when I started hearing the name Wardell Falls, I didn't know that name. I knew him by another name. And he has two names out there that the police found. But so I didn't really know Poochie. But Poochie didn't hang with us like that. That's all I want to say about Poochie. Poochie was introduced to Suge by, I believe it was George. George hung around us, G, who y'all call Monkey Man. I call him George or G. But it was a guy named Knob, who really was from the West Side. And that's the one that was with Suge on the beating at the house at the, what's that boy name? Anthony Bell, the Puffy's promoter or whatever, Puffy guy. Well, anyway, those two were two that was just summons in. I would call those the hitmen. Y'all wouldn't call everybody else hitmen, but everybody else was just people that was trying to get a check and be around just in case anything jumped off. But those two, you didn't see that often, Knob and Poochie. All right, that's enough with them. Anything else out there y'all want to get into? John?
I'm not seeing anything. I mean, people are asking questions, but some of them are new people, so they're asking some ones that you've answered previously.
Okay, well, we got crazy things out there. Let's clear them up for the new crowd.
Let's see. See, if you say my question, I'll have to scroll up to find it, and I can't find it because they come in. So if you ask the question that wasn't answered, feel free to retype it, and we'll try to get to it.
All right, run them down. I purposely didn't say the name of the person who threw the gun in the ocean. Either you believe what I said or you don't. I got the goddamn gun in my house right now. I've been raided about 2 or 3 times since that gun been around, so I'm sure they would have found that gun by now. My house has had about 2 or 3 search warrants since then, so trust me, the gun ain't nowhere to be around. JDZ318, thanks, man. Appreciate what you're saying. LL Sneak, you usually ask a good question, so I'll read it off the top. Why Whack 100 say someone from Harlem ordered the hit on Biggie? I don't know. What you think about Whack 100? Then maybe that answers your question. William Daly, okay, you a big supporter or trying to make you look bad on the internet. All right, well, anybody can make you look bad on the internet, but let's just face the facts. Let's prove it. Put the pudding where it's at. If he said that's who I am, or I don't know him. That's all I said about him. I don't know him. I just said he appeared to be a good researcher. So I don't know who the brother is. I don't know him. If he said he was around 92, 93, 94, I can't say yeah or nay on that. I can just tell you who I knew from 95 to 2000, well, from 95 until now. I can tell you anything about the people then, but I didn't know the brother. I don't know him. So if he wants to say something bad about me, it won't be the first. But I ain't going to I ain't gonna go after him like I got enough battles, so I ain't gonna go after him like I was going after RJ and JMX. So really, you know, I don't know him. That's all I can say about the dude. Never heard of him. What's the name? No, I don't know Tony Ray Amati. No, I don't know who that is. Mr. Cofield. Tommy Creed, Whack 100 said he recently spoke to Shiv with Nick Cannon on a 3-way call. That was probably after the time I had stopped dealing with him. Whack was claiming to was raising bail money for Shiv and Nick Cannon and that boy from Cash Money. What was his name? Baby was supposed to be the one who's going to put up the money. So I believe he probably got him on the phone. I believe that. But y'all got to remember, people in Hollywood don't want Shiv out because Shiv was pushing up on him because that's how Shiv was living. So they don't really want him out of jail. They don't want him out of jail. But I don't know. I think, you know, Whack builds himself up. I'm not going to shit on Whack. I got enough enemies out there. I'm not going to start shitting on Mac. I'm not privy to what he's saying. I don't believe it. Let's put it that way. That's all I'm going to say. Kenwood Drive, and these are all new people that I'm asking y'all, so all the ones that have been with us for a while, just kind of hang in there with me. I'm trying to deal with the newcomers. Kenwood Drive, what's your relationship with Daz Dillinger? Listen to Daz on there. I think Daz is funny. Daz, I personally like Daz, but I said something that would hurt me. I put out that Suge was fucking his wife. So, you know, so that made him upset with me. So I can understand that. Come on, John, help me read these crazy questions so we can get them out there, get them answered.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, underground booking. I think I just asked that question about that. So, or maybe you want me to clarify it even more. Daz a good producer. He's not a good rapper. Daz still wants to be a rapper. He wants to be seen more than be a behind the scene person, and that's what messed up Daz's career, I think. Daz need to stop messing with people. You know, he need to stop being so emotional because the person that can help him the most, he's not even friends with right now. That's why he moved back to Atlanta, taking care of his mama now. Is because he's not even cool with Snoop. Shit, Snoop can tour and do, you know, shows and make you $5,000, $10,000. Where, you know, where can you get that type of money from? You know. Mr. Wells, no, I never saw Simone Green's book. But Simone, y'all, she wasn't around during Tupac time, so I don't know if she got any pictures of. Then she got fired. I'll tell y'all a quick story about Simone. Simone's from Detroit, as I remember. And I remember her and this girl named, it wasn't Kim, what was her name? Damn, she was the reception. And they were they had got into some female shit at the office. And so Simone was like talking all that Detroit, and I'm not just because I tell y'all it's gangsters in every one of y'all cities that's on here. There's a gangster in there. They're like, oh yeah, this is Detroit. I'm Detroit. I'm gonna whoop them. And Kim Brown said, well, no, it wasn't Kim Brown. It was another girl. Forget her name. You about to get a Compton ass whooping. And that was the funniest thing I remember about Simone. But Simone left, man, real early. We were still in the Murdoch Plaza building, which that would mean like 94. End of 94 when Simone left. But she had access to it to take a lot of pictures. So that's what's up with Simone. We said the Daz produced half a Doggy Style. No, they all, you know, like I said, Dre was a finisher. Dre would take a song, you give him a bass and give him something, and Dre would make your song sound so different. Y'all heard it. DJ Quick talked about it on that female artist he had in like 97, 98 that he had kind of blew up. How he said he had produced a song for her, and then he let Dre mix it down. Shit, he came back. He said he didn't even recognize the song. That's just how Dre was. He didn't like to do the groundwork to get a track going. But once he finished it, it was good. It wasn't DJ Pooh, Mr. Stewart. It was DJ Quick that It was
I think it was
forget
Truth
that
Hurts.
female
Was the
artist.
female artist Truth Hurts?
What was her name? True Hurts.
Truth Hurts. Yep.
What? True Hurts. Yeah, True Hurts. Why are you ignoring me? Fine. Ultrasound entertainment questions. I hate when people say that. They know that's why that's how they can get to me.
Yeah.
Was it 2001, John? I don't think it was that late.
Yeah, it was pretty late.
It was pretty late?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know his name, Ultrasound Entertainment said, Reggie, can I ask a question seriously? But he didn't type what the question was, so.
Okay. Well, we type it Ultra Entertainment. We'll try to answer it if you ain't talking crazy shit.
We're going to keep this one short tonight. Well, short for us, which means not
right.
4 hours.
Okay. No, I do got to go meet up with something at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Let's see.
What happened to 6 Feet Deep? Machiavelli the Don 7 wants to know what happened to the R&B group 6 Feet Deep.
6 Feet Deep. Y'all gonna see Vivica gonna be. Vivica Fox. That's funny. She gonna be in that Ladies of Death Row, or what they call it, Women's of Death Row, or something like that.
Yeah.
She did end up marrying this guy named 6ix9ine from the group. But that was right at the end of. I don't even think they were around. I think she was in jail when they met. And so that's gonna be funny why they put it. But I guess they just need that name. But 6 Feet Group, they were just one of the ones that went by the wayside once she went to jail. That just, wasn't there to promote it and make it happen, and so they started breaking up. But they had started arguing among themselves anyway. I think the dude 6'2" had left the group and all of that. 6ix9ine, if y'all noticed, I was still cool with 6ix9ine. He came and he sung on one of the groups I put out called The Relatives. He's on one of the songs with them. So, they were cool.
Yeah. Ultrasound, he asked this question and it's talking crazy.
Oh, he's talking crazy? Yeah. All right, Ultrasound. My question is, why did you dab into drug activity being a former police officer? Well, because you don't know me. I was a cop. And then I got into the dispensary stuff, which is out here in California. It's kind of legal. And code enforcement, but they got some problems with the cities and the states out here. Where the state says legal, but most cities don't want to have dispensaries in their city. So I kept getting closed down. But I had met and had a clientele with a bunch of people. And it just grew and grew and grew. So that's when you have too much product and didn't have nowhere to distribute. And that's what happened. And so that's how that went down. Reggie, why don't you call Trayvon Lane if anyone? Chi-Town, my town, I talked to Trayvon a few times. And Trayvon is still on the fence. He's on the fence. He ain't jumped off yet. But he's just don't want to really talk about it. He's like, Reg, what they going to ask me? What I say to Pop? Here, he's just like, you don't really want to talk about it. You got greedy, Lay Legend? I ain't got greedy. I was just surviving. That's how I was surviving at the time. But you wouldn't understand that. I'm sure, Lay Legend, because I know where you at. Not where you at, but how you live. When you can live off of $2,000 a month, you don't have to do as much. All right, I ain't gonna be bashing nobody though. Ronald McDonald, let's see, Reggie White, did Poochie almost cap you? Poochie ain't never almost capped me. One thing I always got is respect from dudes. Nobody really ever respected me. I don't know if it's because of the relationship of growing up with them and all of that, or me and Pop's, Pop's relationship with all of them. They all had a lot of respect for him. I don't know. But I ain't never had a threat by any of the homies before or afterwards or during. So, no. Ask any of y'all people that's out there. Nobody ever had problems with me. And I lived in Compton most of the time while I was working and doing stuff. I was staying in my grandmama's house, even though I always had houses. Always was able to do shit. But I stayed in Compton because that's where I was close to where I was dealing with. And I wasn't married at the time, so that's what's up. John Wash, I guess you knew, but yeah, I'm cool with 313 live show. Yep.
Yeah, they were asking, why did you say Tupac was a wimp if he faked his death on the 313 show? But you already addressed that. It's just new people.
Well, I said, come on, so they want to know. I said, y'all saying he's a wimp. I didn't say Reggie didn't say
Right,
that. I
right.
said that's y'all calling him a wimp. If y'all saying he faked this death because he can't go do 3.5, 4 years, and you know, I will go fake my death or whatever if I had to get my body right to go do jail. I don't want to be laying up in no damn infirmary in a hospital and all of that. I want to get my body right. But I'm saying 21 years later, his body is as good as it's going to be. And for y'all to keep saying, not y'all, for lay legend bitch ass to keep saying, and I don't want to say that, I didn't mean that.
Yeah.
Lay legend to keep saying that he, or Tanique to be saying he's alive. You saying that this man can't go do 4 years in jail, come back and be this big old Elvis that we done made him to be. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying is, so what are y'all saying? He's out there hiding out for a 4 year stint? That's the only thing illegal that I know that he needs to deal with is that 4 years for the lead. And by now, shit, I'm sure he can give her $1 million, $2 million and she'll recant that whole statement. So that's what I'm saying by that. He ain't faked his death from not doing no 3 years. And if you're a fan of him, why would you even say some crap like that? Because you saying this man faked his death to do 3 or 4 years in jail is crazy. That would be his only reason for faking his death, is not to do any time. Now, if he's faking a life sentence, if he was facing a life sentence, then yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. You know, yeah. I might fake my death too. They were talking about giving me life.
Yeah.
For 3 years, 4 years? Come on, y'all.
Yeah.
All right. That's what I was saying. So thanks for asking me that question now, John.
Mm-hmm. I didn't ask it. It was the ultrasound guy, but I just brought it to the attention.
But Carlos, you said he faked his death to get away from pain? All right. Yeah. Nobody do that. No.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, he tried to act like he didn't like that pain, but yeah, whatever. Why did he go on that show buying all that expensive shit and then didn't want to pay for it? Everybody loves fame.
Yeah.
Yeah. What charges are you facing, Reggie? All right, I'm facing probably for distributing and some marijuana and for some money laundering is what I'm facing, man. I don't hide from that. I ain't no bitch. But that's what I'm facing. The sentence is up to 5 years. I'm hoping not to have to do that. All right. Reggie, what do you think about Puffy now in 2008? What I think about him? I really don't. Shit. I'm jealous that nigga making all that money and Suge Knight's not, to be honest. That Suge was stupid enough to blow all that. That he could. Jay-Z, Puffy, all of them, they living off money that, Suge should have been living off of. Mm-hmm. All right.
Did you, I have a question. On the Defiant ones, where they go back and show the 95 source of words where Suge said what he said on stage, what did you think when you saw where Dre finally spoke on what he thought about it? And just in general about Suge, the way
niggas bullshit. They didn't know. They were cool with it. They were sitting up there clapping and hollering too.
Yeah.
They got on the stage. Snoop got on the stage and was like, "Hey, y'all don't love us? Mm-hmm. What's going on? Y'all don't have no love for New York?" So.
Did you attend that award show?
Oh yeah,
okay.
I had security. I was standing up. I was there.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I was there. Matter of fact, me and Sugar just got off the plane. You don't remember none of our interviews. Yeah, I'll tell y'all about John. Remember I told y'all we walked from the MGM and went and got the picture of Tupac. And I don't know if y'all ever noticed, it was in one of the cells. We walked all the way to a printing place to pick it up and walk it back, and we had put that big picture of Tupac. That was really why Suge did that announcement there, because he was announcing to everybody that he's riding with Pac now, and we had a picture of Pac in the cage. Because we had just got back from off the plane from signing then, but it took a while to get off. For David to get him out, get him off the, to get him out. But yeah, that was up with that.
Okay.
All right, John Walsh. No evidence he died other than the word of mouth. Man,
There's no evidence he died.
Yeah.
Only every newspaper and story. Okay. Police reports. Yeah. What evidence do you need? A video? Because there's a lot of
Man.
people that die every day, and there's people who die of heart attacks, and they don't have them on video.
You know, to you people like Andrew and Lay Legend and all of that, I really wish it was true. I really wish Pac wasn't dead. Do you know how much money I go get that nigga now and convince him to go through these 3.5 years and come back and how much money we can make this on period? No, come on. He won't be able to rap. He can't smoke because he lost a lung. And I know, y'all know he smoked and he likes smoking weed and cigarettes, and so he wouldn't have been the person that he would want it to be. So that's why we not too sad that he passed away because of the conditions, the things that he lost during that shooting. But come on, y'all, man. Come on, y'all. All right. I'll leave that alone. Can you please give us, Nick B, Reggie, can you please give us confirmation on where Pac was shot? Conflicting stories. You know, I can't. I don't know. I heard a finger was shot off. I heard somewhere in the stomach area. I heard he was shot 3, maybe 4 times, but no. Y'all not going to cross me up with that, because I don't know.
TV reports that say all
Daily.
that stuff.
I have a question for Reggie. Was Poochie trying to extort Suge for killing Big? That's a good question, Will. If you ever heard me say Suge was glad when he got killed, when he found out he was dead, why you think I would say that? Okay. Deuce time, ask Reggie, but some of the work whack and two P's put in. Oh, okay. Well, some of the work that whack into the 2 piece. You know, they went to a couple of war shows with me and stuff like that. They were cool. The 2 piece. Matter of fact, I remember we got into it with some Long Beach Crips dudes at even another war show that never really made it out there. So the 2 piece was cool. They were whacking. It was mainly a dude named Ryder or Pooh that I was close with. That was one of Suge's homeboys in jail that he sent home to me to to kind of do whatever. Pooh Ryder. If you ever hear him talk about Pooh Ryder. So that's mainly who brought whack around. All right. Reggie, where is it? Mr. Kushner, I'll answer this right quick. He said, where is Pac's euthanasia medallion? I gave it to his mother about a month or 2 after he passed away. What she did with it, I don't know.
And there's a photo of Snoop wearing a similar one on Instagram just the other day, and if you compare the two, you will see that they're not the same. There's no lettering above the
and his mom wouldn't have gave that to
wearing.
him. He wouldn't have gave that. His mom wouldn't have gave that to him.
But I saw somebody mention it earlier, so I just wanted to touch on that.
Reggie do an album with Whack 100. Okay, I guess you said me and him both full of shit. I don't know Ronald McDonald. But Whack got the game. He got Ray J, and that's where he's making his money from. And he also has a trucking business. So, I don't know. I'll stop answering your questions, too. Tupac's sister has a chain. Allah Cody said. Yeah, she don't own everything right now. Her and the auntie. So, yeah, I would bet, I would hope that they kept it in the family. They wouldn't have had no reason to pawn it. Mm-hmm. If I had it, it would have been done, pawned, and melted down. For the gold, so or now knowing that this community is out here, I might have would have tried to put it on eBay. But
there you go. Put it in a museum.
It wouldn't be sitting in my house in no glass. I tell y'all that.
Yeah.
Okay. Suge Knight Jr. on the come up. Well, I hope so. I don't wish no infields for underground booking UGB. I wish Lil Suge the best. Him, his mom, everybody.
I think UGC is fishing for content because he keeps asking about Daz or Suge Jr. or somebody like that. And he keeps
I wish him the best. Hopefully, I wish them the best.
What are they talking about? Jay Civic called crying, saying what?
Jay Civic said, "Why now, Reggie?" Jay Civic, do some research on Bomb1st, and you get off JMX channel and all the other foods channel, and do beat Bomb1st, and you see I've been talking for a while. Go into all hip hop. I did an interview with them. I did one with Vi. Come on, I talked. I just didn't talk to anybody. Set up and fund me page for Suge Knight Bill. I just set up the Fund Me page, and it ain't for sure. John set that motherfucker up. That's John Island.
Yeah.
And it's for me. He won't post it nowhere. He somehow Real got it and he put it up.
It's
but
on,
John,
it's on our Facebook,
John,
and
I
it's
tell you
on
about
the.
John and his post and shit.
It's in the description of this video right now. It's the first thing you see.
Yeah, all right.
It's on all the. It's on all the live ones. Go back and look.
I ain't seen it, but that's John that did that. So y'all can read that. Y'all help me out. I need some help right now. I'm a lawyer on my ass. But I ain't begging for y'all. This ain't why I'm doing it. So whatever. Teresa called Reggie crying after Katie's. Yeah, that's correct. Robert Morrison. Breaking news, Robert. But yes, that is what happened. Thank you, John Walsh. Yeah, I'm talking now, but I've been talking in fairness to me, John.
Yeah, we did interviews at least 3 years ago.
Well, we started in 2009, I think, but.
John, why are you riding? Why are you stealing money riding Suge's coattails? I don't know how I'm riding Suge's coattails, or I'm stealing money, but that's what you want to believe.
John,
that's fine. Yeah, he said me.
Oh, they talking about you?
Yeah.
Or me? Oh.
Yeah, he said John.
I don't know.
I don't know what he's talking about, but that's Ronald McDonald. He's in here to start some shit. So. But he won't work with me. I don't care.
Yeah, Darren Stewart. I don't know how many bodies Poochie have. But I just told you that he was never around the homies and stuff like that. And he would get called in and, him and Suge would have private conversations. That's all I'm really saying on that. Reggie was Heron known for knocking people out. They all were. They all have stories about stuff like that. So Goldie wasn't no punk. Goldie, we called him Goldie, but he wasn't no punk. Heron was my dude. Y'all just don't know how I have relationships with all these dudes, man. And anyway, yeah. But y'all can't see I get along with these type of dudes for some reason. I do. Why was I fucking with Great Street niggas? I get along with niggas, I do. I don't know why. But I do. Reggie, you think Poochie turned on Suge, the mob, for Monkey Man? No, they were enemies. Monkey Man went with this dude named Lil Rod, and they tried to kill Poochie. They shot Poochie and another guy. I forget that dude's name that was with him. I think he died, but they shot them up in the car, Lil Rod and them. So no. What happened to True Dat Entertainment? Southeast, Conglomerate LLC. True Dat, the dude that owned True Dat, his name was Hyzier Randall, for anybody really want to know. Look up Hyzier Randall. He got indicted. He was a dude out of Denver. Yeah, so that's what happened with True Dat Entertainment. He got indicted and went by the wayside. He was the owner of the company. Golden Child, no. I don't know any of Heron kids. I messed with one of his baby mamas unknowingly back in like 2002. I didn't know she had a kid by her. It was a girl out of Long Beach. I forget her name. But that happened for a minute. But no, I didn't know any of his kids. Anything.
SMS says, is there a longer or alternative version of the Death Row Uncut DVD that exists with more /archive?
Now, the only Death Row Uncut video is the one that's out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only one that's out there. The only thing I regretted about that was that I never did get the dirty versions of stuff.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be nice when the girl ran out with no shirt on and just really saw her actual titties and shit instead of the blurred part that we had to do for MTV or BET? Like, could y'all imagine the How Do You Want It video, the dirty version? Because I don't know if y'all know it was like 3 versions. There was a clean version, then a BET version, and the MTV version or something. Yeah, the Playboy one. Yeah. So, man, y'all need to look at that. Again, that was a good video. But the dog follow was crap. Yeah, Aaron Powers, the dog follow was crap because you got to remember he was locked down. He was on house arrest. And when you're on house arrest, you didn't have the internet like I got, like I'm dealing with right now and stalking y'all and messing with y'all all the time. He was just talking about his damn dogs. He was at home all the time because he had to be in by a certain time. That's why I really feel the dog father didn't succeed. But he came back. He got his career back on it. Exhibit, in my opinion, saved him with that bitch fleas and stuff like that. So he did all right. So he did his thing. Does your house arrest count as time, sir? I'm sure going to fight for it, John Irwin. But everybody telling me no. But I'm going to fight for it and to be honest, I got a lot of free time now. At first, I was locked down. I didn't have no time. I was only getting like 4 hours, 8 hours a week out. But now I can pretty much do whatever I want. They gave me a lot of freedom now. After I got, when I was in the hospital, as y'all say, I was about to die and stuff.
The breaking news, you're on your deathbed?
Yeah, I'm almost on my deathbed. I wish y'all look up that disease called achalasia so y'all can see how funny that really was. But I did mess up myself by not being able to have nutrients and stuff like that. So, yeah. But anyway. Boss P, Reggie, any good news on your case? No. Guess what day I got to go to court, though?
What is it?
March 9th. I'll leave that to y'all to remember what happened on March 9th. I don't know if that's a good day or a bad day. But I'll go to court March 9th. So. But I'm not going to be remanded that day, so.
The Maz Mazzy, yes. I think Tupac was
John Wash. What? Oh, I'm sorry, John.
No, go ahead. He's asked.
John Wash, why no guns? Okay. You ain't been around in a while either, but I'll answer for you right quick. I didn't tell people that was working the bodyguard details not to carry the gun. I told the people that was working inside the nightclub to not have any guns on them. And if I was in charge, if anybody trusted me today to tell why, to run their nightclub, I will still tell people inside the club not to carry any guns. Because you usually don't shoot the person that you're trying to shoot with your gun inside a nightclub. There's always somebody innocent that usually gets shot. All right. And I did say Vince, Queens Blake, not Lance. I didn't say Lance, I said Vince. I know Vince Buchanan name backwards. So if that was directed at me, I know V. They really call it V. Bruce and Dre, true. Reggie Wright 93 MCDJ. I don't know. She'll probably put that out. I don't believe Dre is gay. That nigga has some fine women, y'all. That nigga always has some pretty light skinned. He love those light, bright yellow women. And they always almost look. I myself like dark women, but he loved those light skinned, pretty women. And so Suge and Mr. Lay put that out, but I don't believe Dre was gay. Got too many kids. But anyway, all right. So Bruce was around for a while, but they did fell out. Bruce should be $100 million there as tight as they were there. But I don't know what happened to him. I don't know. But we started that rumor, so. But I can say this about Bruce. Bruce was a male exotic dancer. And we wouldn't let no male exotic dancer hang with us that tough. All right. It Danny Boy. Boss P, so does Danny Boy. Yeah, we didn't know. We didn't know about Danny Boy. We didn't know. We just thought he was young, 16, 17, so whatever ways he had, that's what we contribute that to. So it was a shocker when I learned about Danny Boy, I'm going to be honest. That threw me for a loop.
When he said it, though, did you think back and think like, oh, it makes sense? Or you had no clue at all?
I just contributed to being young.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to remember, Danny Boy fucked Jewel. We knew that. Danny Boy had a wife, a girl, a baby mama that was living with him. Mm-hmm. So no. I didn't expect that about Danny Boy. And we knew he was high strung, crying and all of that shit, but gay wasn't what you would have thought. Yeah, but like I said, I don't know if he was married to the girl, but I know she was his baby mama and she was living with him, so no. We was too homophobic back then anyway. He would have been gone. He wouldn't have got as close to shit as he did. Okay.
Do you still have to do your thing at 8, or you got a couple more minutes?
Yeah, we can go 6 more minutes, y'all.
Okay.
And so, or you can start talking about what you're gonna do with the T-shirts or whatever. I think that's what everybody wants to talk about at first.
I mean, I mentioned
And
it
then
in
you
the
can let the
beginning,
ones know that's supposed to have T-shirts on the way if they going out yet, if to be looking out or what.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just waiting on 2 people from the last stream to respond to my YouTube message. So I don't want to put their name out there yet in case people start. I don't want to get a fake account to message me and say, "Oh, this is me on a different account. Here's my address." So once people give me their confirmed address and I send them their tracking, then I'll announce who are the ones that are getting them. But I will choose 2 people tonight after this live stream is done, and then I'll contact you through the direct message here on YouTube and get your information and get that out. So the last one we did on, what did we do, Friday night? So I haven't been able to go to the post office anyway, even if I did get those addresses. So hopefully I get them tonight and I can put those out tomorrow. Let's see. Get a message. Choose me, John. I don't choose anybody, to be honest. There's a website that you can use where I can put in my channel name and it will randomly choose 2 users from the subscriber list, and that's who I pick and that's who I message. So if you're hoping you win, just make sure you keep a lookout in your email for an alert from YouTube. It's not going to be directly from me. It'll be from YouTube saying you received a message.
Yeah. And we got enough of them, so if y'all don't get it this time, y'all get it the next time.
Yeah, we'll do it for a while. We'll do 2 every time.
We're gonna be doing this for a while, so y'all don't worry, y'all. We're gonna try to take care, especially all our loyal and all our listeners. That, hey, Johnny, you need to start trying to keep a list of all the people that be on for a long time. You know, on all your streams too, and maybe that'd be a way we could. Yeah. Say people that checked in on all of the streams. Mm-hmm. And if y'all not, and so y'all won't be coming in asking the questions later. Because I can't get John to get no notifications. I done tried everything on begging him and asking him to notify people an hour or 2 hours before we about to go on, but he would not do it. He just keep telling me, "Fuck you, Reggie."
I never said that.
But that's what you're saying. Wow. So if y'all would please subscribe, so at least y'all get a notification when it comes. But I know that's why he won't do it, because he trying to get his subscriptions up, because for some reason he in such competition with somebody. I don't want to say their name, but I keep telling him he bought all of those subscriptions. 313 and already exposed him on that, and told him how he can buy some subscriptions and stuff. And 313 said, "Man, I don't do that."
Yeah,
but anyway,
I won't buy it. Yeah, I refuse. So,
yeah.
You guys tell me, is it better if I do a video an hour or 2 before the live stream to let you know, or is it better to just let you get alerts if you're subscribed? That's what I want to know. You guys tell me if it's what's better.
Shit, both.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, both hurts.
But anyway, somebody keeps asking me.
I don't know this game. I'm new to it. I'm just okay. I'll let my boy John.
No, I will do it your way. I'll do it your way out.
No, don't do that. Don't do it because I'm saying. But I'm seeing a lot of people saying yes, both.
Okay. If that's what they're saying, then that's what I'll do. David M. The website is commentpicker.com. He's asking what site I use to pick the winners. Okay. Do both. They said do both. Okay, so I'll start doing it.
Okay. But we got to respect that John is, he does work, and so a lot of time it won't come until 6, because I usually call him on the last minute and say, "Hey, do you want to do such and such?" Mm-hmm. And then he'll tell me, "Yeah, no," because he do pass on some people. But like I just said, John keep telling you about content. Just because you don't agree with the Cathy Scotts or the WAC 100s of the world, you just get them out there, mm-hmm. and you let your people tear them up, or you let your people ask the questions. So. I knew Cathy Scott was going to be what's the word? A controversial, or didn't agree with what we agreed with. So I knew that, but you got to hear both sides, I think.
Damn, Ronald McDonald said John drives a Prius. He might be watching me somewhere.
So you driving something? Man, come on, y'all. Yeah, but who knows? Well, who cares? What you drive, John?
A Prius. That's what I'm saying. I wonder if he's looking at me. I wonder if I need to open my window and look at Ronald McDonald.
Man, I'm telling y'all now, I used to drive a 600 Benz right now, and the big one, when they first came out, the two-body coupes.
Mm-hmm.
The money I was paying for that, I wish I had right now. Man, I was so stupid.
Yeah.
Man, I was so stupid. Yeah. Man, John, you by the police, though. You better move back to wherever you used to live because you got too many goddamn police riding around.
They're probably 4 buildings down from the station, so if Ronald McDonald comes over, I'm protected. Looking out for him. No.
Yeah, okay. Don't believe that.
Yeah, I know. I guess it's 8, so it's probably time to do it. Unless you got a couple more questions you want to take.
Well, let's look at a couple more.
Okay.
I ain't got my text yet. Telling me that they ready.
What part of LA do you live at, John? I live near Hollywood, which is the Valley.
As long as it ain't West Hollywood. If it was West Hollywood, I'll be like, hip hop is back. Hip hop think I'm a Winchell's donut. He think all cops eat donuts. I was one of those young ones. I was a young cop of hip hop, so I don't drink coffee. Let me tell you a couple of things about me. I ain't never drunk no coffee in my life. Ain't never smoked a marijuana joint in my life. Probably had some alcohol in my system 3 times in my lifetime. But if y'all look at a picture of me, y'all see I'm a fat-ass motherfucker. So I eat a lot of steaks, I eat potatoes, and stuff like that. But most of the pictures y'all see out there about me right now, and I'm about 70, 80 pounds. I done picked up a few pounds back. But I was 130 pounds lighter than what I was on a lot of that stuff. But I'm probably only like 70 pounds lighter now. But I've always been a big guy. Don't mind being a big guy. And I'm a Laker fan, love the Raiders, God-fearing, church-going dude that got caught up in some bull crap because I thought it was all good, but I'm learning that it ain't. But I knew going across straight lines was wrong, so I messed up there. I'm learning that was bad, worse than what I thought it was. I messed up there, but that's me, bro. That's all. I ain't had nothing to do with the murder of Tupac. Not knowingly had anything to do with the murder of Biggie Small. And that's Reggie Wright, man. And so y'all take that where y'all want. Y'all can believe it, y'all cannot, but hey, that's me.
Outlaw Cody said, Kobe or Jordan, who was greater?
Who?
Kobe or Jordan?
Well, yeah, I'm a Kobe fan. Biggest Kobe fan probably ever, but I'm also a realist. So I still give it to Jordan, even though if you ask me Kareem or Jordan or Kobe, I'll go with Kareem. Or Magic if he played long enough. But, all right. Big Mike, no, was that? No, that was Mike White I'm looking for. Mike White ain't been around for a while. I think he asked me for something. I never did it, and he hit me up. But that's cool. I thought Big Mike was White Mike.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, that's all good. Hello, hi. OKC Thunder. Man, y'all need to get rid of y'all coach, OKC Thunder. Y'all lose a lot of games because of y'all coach, in my opinion, man. But y'all gonna be tough. Y'all a hell of a matchup for Golden State Warriors. But y'all have no answer for Houston. So I don't know, but it's gonna be between Golden State, who I believe the most. Houston gonna give them a run for their money. Mm-hmm. But OKC, if they match up against the Warriors, if that be a 1-4 matchup, y'all might give them a run for their money. John Rumbo still working on Big C style. I don't know if he's shaking me or not right now. I have been talking a little bit too much for guys and street guys, and they don't like that. And so, and C style is definitely a street guy. So I don't know. I'll try to work on it this week, but I don't know. We'll get somebody on good this week, though. We're gonna find somebody good for either Tuesday or Wednesday night. I know y'all tired of Greg, but I think Greg need to come and explain some of this where this theory going. But y'all probably don't want to hear from Greg right now. But if we get a lot of calls for Greg. We may do something with Greg so he can explain series 1 and episode 1 and episode 2 in his own words.
Mm-hmm.
There was somebody I was listening to today. Man, my boys, AGTV.
Mm-hmm.
Who was that y'all had on y'all site today was talking about the show? Didn't know anything about it. Or was that y'all? It was one of y'all that, man, y'all need to watch that series a little more. I was listening to that. I was like, what series were they watching? But I ain't shitting on y'all because y'all know y'all my boys, AG. But y'all did something wrong. Don't be surprised if your boy JMX and RJ come out with something on Cathy. I know they interviewed Cathy before, but so they probably throw it up just to mess with us. So don't be surprised. They probably throw an interview with her up. She wasn't that good of an interview for me. I wasn't impressed with her at all. But like I said, we all about this putting things out.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people bought her book.
Yeah. Well, it was the first book too. That was the thing. It was the first one.
Oh, it was okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which isn't a bad thing, but I think between that and the autopsy,
Yeah.
Because I was.
Now y'all know, and I just don't want to say, I don't want nothing to start it off because somebody called RJ on our last live stream said we was on there talking bad about him, or Sharita was, which I don't remember that, but not that I care, but so don't be going to calling Greg talking about I'm talking bad about Greg, because Greg my boy. I just said he got some stuff to explain. That's all I'm saying. But as y'all know, I believe the Greg Katie murder out theory, and I hate saying that because it's not a theory, it's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm using the wrong word. But I believe the story that he's telling, or the bottom line that he's telling, to be both the death of Biggie and Tupac. So,
there's Boss Don P. Sharitha's biggest fan. He loves Sharitha.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He said, leave Sharitha out of this.
Oh, it wasn't me. That was your boy RJ. So call RJ. Mess with RJ.
Yeah.
Don't mess with me about it. That's my homegirl. My homegirl from way back. Let's see. Let me read. Charles Smalling. Hey, Reggie. How did Buntry get his name? Buntry Country. That nigga was country. They were from, where are they from? They're from somewhere. But Bloods don't use the C word. That's why you see Shields walking around with a shirt that say Bompton and still a Compton. And so, niggas wouldn't call him country, so they called him Buntry. That's where that comes from. Charles Smalling. Country, Buntry, yeah. Let's see what else. I heard heroin's a killer. Yeah, like I told y'all, all them niggas was killing. Any of them niggas that was in the name of L.A., Live and Die L.A., that wasn't an artist. I wouldn't have wanted to piss them off. I'm not saying they would have did something right on the spot, but they would have laid in wait on your ass. Let's see. Why Little Rod hated Suge? Make it right quick, but I talked about it. We talked about it on a previous interview. He blames Vincent. He blames myself, Suge, and Buntry, and mainly because Buntry was watching the tape, letting people watch the tape, which I don't know how he acquired it. Two guys, I forget their names. What was their names? David Dudley and all of them. Those two dudes, they got killed in front of Buntry house. They were being cool with Buntry, and they must have left the tape over there, and where they were kind of torturing Vincent Buchanan. And so they knew who Buntry was close with, because all three of us was, pretty much three of the hard way, in my opinion. And they would figure, well, shit, if Buntry got the tape, these three niggas had to have something to do with it. And why my name came up in it is mainly because the guys that kidnapped Vincent was supposedly dressed up like police, and he was handcuffed and he was dropped off in front of a cemetery. So there's more of that out there, but that's why a Little Rod hated Suge. That's his beef with us. That before no bulletproof vest, shaking my head hello high.
Reggie John, can we maybe get Black Jesus on? He had a lot to talk about on the YouTube videos. I don't know.
What'd you say?
Somebody asked if we
Just
could
got that test, so that person
Jesus
like 10
on.
minutes away. Wait a minute, what happened?
Somebody asked if we could get Black Jesus on at some point.
Black Jesus in jail, man. I forgot we got newcomers.
Yeah.
Black Jesus in jail, facing a kind of serious case. Whoever asked that question. Yeah, so it'd be kind of hard to impossible. Okay. What else?
Blames Trayvon for Pac's death. Your thoughts, Reggie and John?
DJ Cook.
You can't control what Tupac was going to do.
Yeah. Jason X, you only blame kids for when they do something like that. And not calling Pac a kid. I'm just saying he knew what he was doing when he went and jumped on that guy. And yeah, you can't blame Trayvon for that. I'm not gonna blame Trayvon for that. Yeah. So he's a grown man. Yeah. I don't know. Y'all answer that. Y'all hear where I'm going with it. So, what y'all think? Will Daly, I have a question. Did Stormy mess with Das and Snoop? She originally came around messing around with Snoop, never Das. But that's why she came around, was to hook up with Snoop. I don't think she did. I never heard that she did, but she'll tell you that was her. That's who she came around for. But then she looked like the long hair, good hair, light-skinned women. And I guess she, as y'all always say, she followed the money. Yeah. So I guess that's where she followed the money. Mm-hmm. But he ended up pulling her. But she was young then, y'all. She was only like 16, 17 when that went down. But, she was only like 24, 25. Yeah. What you think? Do you still talk to George Price, hip hop? No, I haven't talked to Papa G for a while. If y'all noticed in that interview, though, they kept trying to bait him by saying stuff about Reggie Wright, and he would start talking about something else. He never said anything. So I think that's a sign of respect to me. Ricky Moore, what happened to SKG? I saw SKG right before I got arrested. So that would be sometime in May. I guess May of 97. I mean 97. May of 2017. And she was trying to work on a documentary. I spoke on it. So that's why I know of SKG. So she's trying to do something out there. She was a cool chick. She wasn't around much, She was short-lived. Yeah. Do y'all know what SKG stands for? Suge Knight Girl. But she wasn't Suge Knight Girl. But, yeah, that's what SKG stands for. That was something just to bring some hype. Mess with Michelet at the time. Maurice Spears, Reggie, was your favorite artist signed to Death Row? Favorite as a personality-wise? It's a good question. Personality-wise, well, Snoop was laid back and cool. Always just cool, smooth dude. So you couldn't have no beef with Snoop. I'm not gonna say I didn't like Pac, because I did like Pac. I was with Pac the most during that time. But he wasn't. The personality-wise, it would have been Snoop. And I mean, of course, Tupac music back then was the best. But I would go to a Snoop Dogg concert now because I think his catalog is longer. But yeah, if Tupac gave a concert right now, of course I'd go to his because I'd be like amazed. But I don't want to go to a Tupac concert because guess where I'll be if I had to go to the Tupac concert right now?
At a Drake concert.
I ain't trying to go there right now. I got kids still to raise. So no, I don't want to go there. Biggie was your favorite? Oh, New York Yanks. 22. No, Biggie wasn't my favorite. Biggie was too short-lived. I don't think I could be considered a best rapper of all time. He had, what, 2 albums? Biggie was too short-lived to even be put in that conversation. Even though he had 2 great albums, but if y'all look at, no, he's too short-lived for me. Nate Dogg might be somebody I would say I like the most. That's probably was because I can sing along with his songs. Dope Dealer, you said the Tupac fuck fake. All I can say is he was putting her head towards his gentle area in the studio one time when I walked in. Ron Clark, I spoke on that brother. I don't want to talk about him too much because I don't need no new enemies. But no, I didn't know who Corazon for Life. I don't know who he is. Like I said, y'all say he claims to work for Death Row or been around Death Row or was one of Suge's friends. All I can say is not from the end of '94. All I can say is he wasn't from '88. I mean, if he was, it had to be from 1988 until '94. From '94 on, or I can give you all a time period of 2008 until now. Other than that, no. So I guess what I'm saying is from '94 to 2008, he wasn't around. I'll put any limb on my body up to that. By that name, and by the face that I'm seeing. All right. Realize you tired? Hang up, bro. We didn't tell you we ain't telling you to be on this stream if you're bored. You're saying yawn like you bored. Shit, go watch TV. Go do something else. All right. I'm trying not to be Reggie. How you got busted, King? Shit about niggas on the phones and shit, and yeah, phones, stupid. Yep. Of course, I got a picture with Suge Knight in 2001, I think. Shit, half of America got. If you ever been to a nightclub or seen him anywhere, you could take a picture with Suge. He wasn't shy about taking pictures with. Okay, all right, a picture. Yeah, good one.
What does the background look like? That's what I'd like to know. Where's the photo
Man,
taken?
that's some club or somewhere out there.
Yeah. On the street somewhere.
Come on, where was he at? Where was he at hanging out with him or riding in the car with him like y'all saw Wack ride in the car with him? Oh, King Wolf, come on, man. Why are you trying to get me in trouble, man? I'm trying to be straight up and answer your questions, but you're going to ask me the question. Crazy question, you must be the police. I done told y'all all this information if you're the police, so what's up? God, King, you whoop, King, you wop. What type of brother are you? What person are you? John Wash, why did y'all protect him from street thugs? Well, but he's a grown man. What we gonna do? What you wanted? Frank wasn't supposed to tackle him when he took off and ran. Frank was supposed to tackle Orlando Anderson and protected Orlando from getting beat up. This is what Frank was supposed to do. He was supposed to get on top of Orlando Anderson to stop that. Is what a good security personnel would have did. And that's what I tell any of y'all to do if y'all ever got in a fight with one of y'all homeboys when y'all fighting somebody. Tackle the person that's getting assaulted, not your homeboy. You don't pull your homeboy off or pull him, because that's when I'm gonna stick one in while y'all grabbing him. I'm gonna suck that nigga in the eye. And then, but anyway, y'all wouldn't know about all that. So, I mean, some of y'all do, but the ones that asking the crazy questions, y'all don't know what I'm saying. James, you say on TMZ. So I guess you saying the brother was seen with him on TMZ. What was he doing with him on TMZ? Was he in the background? Was they coming out of the same restaurant? Was he opening the car door for sure? I don't know. Like I said, TMZ wasn't around either though in 2000. Like I said, the time period he always speaking of wasn't no fucking TMZ in 2002, 2004.
This Ro
So,
Clark is saying that that the Carcino guy admitted he never was with Death Row and he was just making videos on his opinion that he's cool with.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. And that's all I said. So why is he mad at me?
I don't know.
That's all I said. I said he was a hell of a researcher. He just wasn't around. That's the only thing I ever said about the man. But I'm an easy target to come at. You know, I'm an easy target. I'm sure the only thing you're talking about is my recent arrest or I killed Tupac. That's the only thing you can say bad about me.
Which one of those isn't even true, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
okay. But somebody done told him something. I'm sure he didn't hear it himself.
Yeah.
People done went back messing with him.
Yeah.
You have to respond just like the little boy, what's that little boy name? Oh, Gonzo. Yeah. Yeah. All right. What's up with Christmas and Death Row? What's up with Christmas and Death Row? John Rambo, come on. Be better than that. I don't know. Would you like the album? I like the album. I like the album. That's all I can say about that. My boy Shamu 210. Let's see what you got to say to your boy. You're a good dude. I like Shamu. Reggie, when you and John going to sell the Death Hotel? We're still working on that. We're still working on that. That's going to be something, like I said, when John got to put that whole package together. He got a lot of work to do on how to get it to y'all, how to make y'all feel secure. You know, because you're going to have to send the money before you send the change. So it's going to be a lot of logistics that's going to have to get worked out. Space-time theory, yeah, I watched the NAA movie. 75% of it, the 80% that I know, because I wasn't around in NAA time, appeared to be truthful. You know, but y'all got to look at that stuff as concerts. That and Tupac, All Eyes on Me and stuff like that. Y'all got just look at that stuff as concerts, not so much for content. Let's look at it as the show and then make you remember the time and the music and remember incidents, not things to be factual that happen. Y'all can do that. Danny J, can I tell you a Poochie story? Like I said, Poochie wasn't around that much. I remember one time I know they went on a mission and did some stuff and they got mad at him. Rock Chisholm that's when Rock got arrested. They thought that he kind of claimed that his gun jammed, and they were mad about that. And when they got back to the shop, they got back to Let Me Ride, and Rock took the gun from him and shot it up in the air, and it went off. And so they were mad at him because they thought he was full of shit on that. That's the only Poochie story I can really I know about. I don't know much about Yuck Mouth or Yuck or whoever that is. So Leroy 20, I don't know anything about that. Corey Jones, your batteries are going low. Oh, okay. Let's see who else. Realize I heard Tupac knock you out cold in the studio. Yeah,
You know,
realize.
that's not true.
Let me tell you this. Let me tell y'all something about me. No, I ain't going to even go there. All right, yeah, Tupac knocked me out cold. Man, I never heard that one. But a nigga wouldn't have hit me. Cause trust me, they knew all I wanted to be strong enough to push you off me and to get to the right side that's on my hip. Do that answer your question? Yeah. You can't. How you gonna be protecting somebody and or be hired to protect you, and then you get knocked out or get punked? Even if you wasn't that way, you couldn't let that be out there. They would. Why y'all think not Supreme? What was that boy name? Mopreme got sent home. When you lose the respect of the homies and the niggas around, they ain't gonna fuck with you no more. This man sent his brother home because of loss of respect. And so you gonna have a nigga that's hanging with. Okay, all right, yeah, you're right. He knocked me out. They know that shit. Yeah. Thanks, man. Ronald McDonald, you saying something about Omar. Come on, you gotta be more about Omar. If you're talking about Omar Bradley, or you talking about Omar, or maybe you're talking about Omar from The Wire. I don't know. Machiavelli, the Don 7 Reggie did the realest audition for Pac in Vegas. Why? That what I get for reading shit out loud, huh? Jay Civic, what about heroin? What about him? Heroin? I ain't never had. Okay, if you ask me what about heroin or about getting knocked out or something like that, or I don't know what, because I know you missed your previous question. But let me just throw this out so y'all won't ask me this. Ain't nobody ever put their hands on me, and if they did, it had to be some problem, and if not, I would have lost all respect from those guys, and they wouldn't fuck with me no more. Okay. Yeah, it's about that time, John, because I think I gotta go meet up with somebody right quick. But Mopreme up, yeah. But I'm not trying to have no beef with Mopreme, y'all. So please,
you gotta stop talking about him. You always bring him up.
I know, but I gotta answer.
I know.
I know. But yeah, I don't want no beef with him. But like I said, you're gonna have beef with somebody when you're lying on them.
That's true.
And did you Bandit from Elm Street? Did you know Bandit from Elm Street? No, not Bandit. I don't remember that name. But I know a lot of Elm Lanes do. But I got a dude named Boots that knows all of them. You know, he's my dictionary. So I'll ask who Bandit is, and I'm sure Boots will tell me who Bandit is. Okay. Why are you meeting with Reggie? Chi-Town. Who are you meeting with? Oh, yeah.
You want to get personal and know what you're doing.
Yep. Why is WAC 100 bailing out here? No, I don't think he is. But, you know, he was talking it. WAC was trying to do a lot of stuff with E1. E1 should still have a lot of juice with E1. And so I think WAC talks to him a lot to, and plus, you know, WAC and Suge was cool. I never heard of any beef between them. So if he really was in the position to do it and make it happen, I think he would try to do it. I really do. I would. Much as if I had the money, let me hit the Powerball tomorrow. Let me hit it. I'll go kick the nigga out, help him out. Man, Suge do bullshit things and did bullshit things, but Suge ain't a bad dude, y'all. Suge ain't a bad dude, and he done helped a lot of people. Come on, y'all. He bailed Snoop out. I mean, that was before Snoop was going to be who Snoop was. Who knew what Snoop was going to be? I think that case helped him become even more of Snoop. Okay, I'll get off a soap opera. What was Buntry and Heroin saying about Pac after his death? What was they saying? Shit, niggas was mad. Shit. Niggas was mad. Nobody was saying nothing. Most of them got pictures. Trayvon got a picture of Tupac on his arm. Suge don't have a picture of another man on him, which, you know, I got issues with people putting pictures of another man if it ain't your daddy or your kid on him. But he got his name on him. But Trayvon got a picture, and I think most of the homies put Pac rest in peace on him. So niggas, they love, man. They love Pac. O'Neal rescinded the question. Big Mike, how much was spent on the Snoop case? Shit, I heard from $4.5 to $5 million, Big Mike. Yeah. And y'all, come on, don't tear me up with Trayvon. I don't want to start nothing with Trayvon saying that I'm saying that's gay because he put a picture on me. Y'all got to remember, Trayvon fighting a lot of demons behind this shit, y'all. He's fighting a lot of demons, y'all. So, yeah. So, you know, you do a lot of things that you normally wouldn't do when you holding some type of responsibility, even if it is or isn't your fault. When you holding it, you know, close to you, you do some things that you wouldn't do. Reggie, I want a Death Row East t-shirt. Hello, hi. You got to talk to John about that. Reggie is not getting into that Death Row t-shirt stuff. I ain't going to have y'all mad because turn back and start being friends with JMX behind a damn t-shirt. So, no, y'all ain't doing me like that. Not saying y'all my friends or anything because, you know, I like y'all community, love y'all community, but I don't know how y'all look at me. Anybody that hit me up and all of that, y'all know if y'all get to me, I'll talk to y'all and say what's up. I ain't no star, no celebrity. I'm just a regular nigga that put his pants on and the shoes on just like y'all. So, hey, I'm just trying to be be here. I got the time now. I used to didn't have the time. But I got a lot of time on my hands. I enjoy communicating with you guys. Even though, you know, I don't know most of y'all names. Y'all are the alias names. So, but, you know, I enjoy your community. So that's what's up with that. I even enjoy seeing Lay Legendary come on. Even though he, you know, I saw Shawsy 187 up. And that's JMX girlfriend, y'all. That nigga will suck JMX if he would let him. But I don't even mind Shawsy 187, so y'all know it's all good with me. Reggie, you think silence in the past made you look responsible for everything? That's what I'm being told. I didn't think that, and I just start saying something to my kids. That's what I hate about this. My kids got old, and they start reading this bullshit, you know? Mm-hmm. I guess they start typing their daddy name in for whatever reason. And then they saw all of this, and that's what made me say, no, baby, that ain't true. That ain't true. And that's what made me say, hey, this shit is here forever. This is out there.
Yeah.
And so you need to respond to this stuff. And then I got the time. Then y'all started messing with me while I was in my hospital bed and stuff. Talking, they went, that hospital trip, man, that made them go on a warpath.
Yeah.
So I had to deal with it. And the court case didn't help either. Yeah, I went on, you know, Reggie, when in court can you live stream drug case? Live stream a drug case. Real eyes, come on. I don't know, but I don't even know what you mean by that. But
he wants you to stream your court case live on the internet.
No, man, I ain't gonna hear me say nothing but guilty or not guilty. Well, not even that. Guilty, and how much time y'all giving me? That's all y'all gonna ever hear. So if you want to see that, I feel for you, bro. That's all that's gonna be said for me. But yeah. No, Late Legendary, I wouldn't even know how to get to your site, bro. I never watch your channel, bro. I wouldn't, man, because that's disrespectful what you're doing. That stuff. For anybody that's a Pac fan that goes to your channel, bro, I ain't gonna shoot you down, but come on. How can you do that? How can you even do that, Late Legendary? Seriously, if you're a Pac fan, how can you do that, dog? Listen to what you're saying. Come on, this is really step back and think, what are you saying about somebody you like? You can't like Pac, Late Legendary, if you believe that. Now, if you're just doing it to have an opposite, if you have a opposite, you know, just to have an opposite fan base or whatever, okay. But Layla, I'm not here to go at war with you, because you seem to be cool. You never be disrespectful or anything, so I ain't gonna be like that. But you do sound like RJ and Mike Carlin, bro, to me, by saying that bullshit, bro. All right. Shit, Late Legendary, you said you killed 3113. You ain't spoke his name, I heard, since he sent those flowers to your house. Didn't he send some black roses to your house, Lay? And then you move, and then he sent something else there? All right. I ain't gonna kill you off right now, Late Legendary, 'cause like I said, I like you. John Wash, how can you let them get popped? Well, I wasn't there, John, but that's what y'all need to be tearing me up about, really. It's tactics. Not that I killed him or I set him up or I did that. Get on me about tactics. That's what y'all need to be getting on me about. If all this shit was about tactics and this and that, other than that gun shit, because that's a lie, but or why he didn't have his bulletproof vest on, wear a bulletproof vest in 100 degrees weather on your way to a club. They gotta answer your question. You'll be sweating like a pig. You'll smell like a goddamn pig. You would be going to a nightclub and you spray cologne on, then you're gonna put a vest on and sweat all the way to the nightclub and then take it off. All right. Let's see, Darren Johnson. Reggie, what do you think about Michael Carlin? Come on, Michael Carlin's a joke. Michael Carlin is the biggest joke He's worse than JMX and RJ to me because he believes the bullshit he puts out. So he's borderline retarded to me. Reggie drinking some Henny, destroying it. Oh, thank you, Robert. But I don't drink, dog. I don't drink, but thank you, dog. All right, I done got that text.
Okay.
Yeah, I done got that text. So.
Okay.
So,
We'll be on the next couple of days. Somebody.
Yeah. So y'all have a good one. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for being there. And thanks. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure
Y'all have a good Sunday, good Monday morning and work tomorrow. Y'all be safe out there. Big John?
Yeah. All right.
All right, man. You have a good one, too.
Okay.
Thanks,
Enjoy
bro.
the night.
All right, man.
All right.
Thanks.